I am Carrie Smith. I will be your game master today for our super special Paladins of Santa one shot. And my fun fact is that this is the last one class act that I am filming this year. So this is the big finale and the Christmas special all in one. So that's my fun fact. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's great.
cheating,
No
but it's fine.
pressure.
Yeah, I was just
No
gonna say no
pressure.
pressure on us. Thanks,
Nope.
appreciate that.
Hello, everyone. I am Big B's, variety streamer, pixel artist, voice actor, TTRPG enthusiast, content creator, a whole bunch of stuff. I do a lot. Not a lot of it well, but yeah, mostly people know me for screaming at them in chats and stuff, and all that wonderful fun stuff. I am your happy, helpful harbinger of hype. I will be playing Sir Nutmeg Krampusbane. And he's gonna be a real fun character. That is not his voice, just for anyone wondering, that is not his voice at all. And a fun fact about me. I didn't mention speedrunner because my fun fact is that I am the seventh fastest KC player on arcade easy mode in the world for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm on the leaderboard right now. Bam.
That is a very specific and wonderful fun fact.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Katie Brennan. I am going to be playing Noelle Tatlington. That's Knowell. She is an Oath of the Watchers fairy paladin, and she's on the city watch, constantly looking out to see who's got the right amount of Christmas spirit and who doesn't, who might be breaking the rules at any given time. And so I think it's going to be very fun. And my fun fact is that I love to crochet, do stuff like this, or stuff like this, or stuff like this.
Wow. Those are cool.
Sweaters, whatever, but I love making little creatures, probably the best.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Stacy, and I am the host and the game master of the Game Night Heroes podcast, which our good friend Carrie has been on. It's an actual play podcast. It's audio based, and it's been going for almost 2 years now. Lots of cool different stories, long-term campaigns, short-term stuff, lots of different systems. And tonight I'm playing Sir Crispin the Merry, who is the really kind of uptight by the book Boy Scout of the Santa's Knights here, and he will probably be a little bit kind of a pain in everybody's butt, but he's got a heart of gold. He's a really good guy, and he is all about making sure the holiday goes off without a hitch. So excited to be here. This is gonna be fun. Interesting fact about me. Let's see. I don't even know. I had one and then it just lost me. I'm a huge superhero nerd. I've got like a wall of action figures hanging right here. But I used to tell people when I was a kid that I was gonna grow up and be Superman. Not realizing that that's clearly not a thing. But there we go.
I'm Paul Vincent PV, whatever you want to call me. It's fine. I'm going to play. Well, I'm also go by like Table Cat Games, so you might know that too. I am playing Dargoth Yulebringer, who's a golden dragonborn. I haven't quite defined him yet, but he's probably going to lean into all the other dragonborns that I play, where they're very like, kind of into themselves a little bit because they really like admire the fact that their scales are shiny and they look really cool. Fun fact about me is whenever somebody says, "Oh, we're gonna have fun facts about ourselves," I have a mild panic attack and my brain goes blank.
Samesies.
I do hold the record for slowest run in video games. I still haven't beaten Mario Brothers. And I do collect a lot of toys. In fact, we just had a meeting last night where we were talking about a G.I. Joe helicopter, and I went back to my shelf, which you can't see right now, and I pulled it off the shelf to show everyone.
Whenever I'm given the opportunity.
Just to clear it up, this is going to be like a no danger kind of scenario, right? With no blood or any kind of any kind of possibility of dying.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I retract the question.
I have received my answer. Our scene opens in a village called Knorth Pole, which is a village made up of gingerbread homes, igloos, candy cane carriages, and a shopping mall made of chocolate, marshmallows, graham crackers, and probably a few other things, but there are too many to taste. In the center of this village is a keep called the Workshop, a warehouse of sorts, and this is where the Paladins of St. Nicholas train and gather to maintain cheer and protect the townsfolk of North Pole. You've noticed, especially in the past couple of weeks, that the cheer around town is fading. The Grinch effect, you like to call it, where everyone starts to get grumpy around the celebration of Northmas. It happens every year, but something seems especially off this year. More and more people are falling to the Grinch effect, yelling at each other. You even saw a fist fight in the street the other day, for probably the first time in 10 years. Not only that, but there have been less and less Paladins of St. Nicholas pledging their oaths this year, their oaths of cheer and spirit. Some have even disappeared. The gloom of the Grinch effect becoming too much for them, and your numbers are beginning to dwindle. The doom and gloom is heavy, and we find our characters currently in the workshop trying to come up with a way to spread cheer and spirit and lift this Grinch effect off of the village. Players, please, introduce your characters, describe them to us, and tell us what they're doing right now, or what they're saying as an idea to kind of lift this doom and gloom. Who do we see first?
It's probably me. My name is Noel. Noel with a K. Noel Catleton, and I'm a nice fairy, a paladin. But I like to have things be by the book, and I like to have everybody be cheerful. And I probably bothering everybody a lot just to try to keep make sure everybody's following the rules. And I also will spy on people a lot and try to figure out what they're really thinking beneath what they're saying, so that I can report it back to Santa.
And so are you currently like with the group, or are you kind of like away from the group and listening in on somebody else? And what is your physical appearance?
Well, good question. So she's really small, and she has a really, really big, just ridiculously big mace, and it's got a long chain with the ball on it. It was given as a reward in a competition, and she won it, and she wants to use it, but it's too big for her. But she's gonna use it anyway. It's a magic weapon, and it's my by right, so I should use it, but I can barely. So I get a -2 to my attack and my damage. But I still won't give it up. And I could use it two-handed, but I won't, because that's not what it was designed for. So she's probably sitting at a table right now. She's not normally like a introvert, but she's making pamphlets because she thinks that people will probably like to read pamphlets about how to be cheerful. We can hand them out downtown.
Fantastic. And who do we see as the camera pans over to our next character?
I think that Sir Crispin the Merry is nearby. He gives Noel a very reassuring and very assertive nod. He agrees with the way that she is very, very by the book and likes to do things the right way. Sir Crispin is a human, and he has been on the force that has been making sure that the holiday spirit, I should say, is being preserved. So he is very by the book, very studious. He is tall, he's handsome, clean shaven. He has blonde hair that is in a bowl cut. He looks very stern, yet he is clearly someone who is part of the spirit. He is always dressed, even now, in his uniform, which is a red and green half and half type of tunic and coat, armor even. It has some brocaded gold lined quilting on the one shoulder. He has his large holly leaf-shaped shield upon his back, and his flail, which does look quite a bit similar to a Christmas ornament with spikes on it attached to the end of his battle staff part of it in his belt. He is looking around. He says to everyone, now, according to the common standards of the Knorth Pole Law Standards 52.176.5, we must make sure that we are vigilant for the holy and most proper rites of the holiday season. Now, Carrie, correct me. Is there Santa here? Saint Nick is here, or how
Saint Nicholas, yes,
okay.
yes. Santa is fine for short, though.
Saint Nicholas must be aided in all regards. It is our duty and our devotion as the members of the Paladins here to make sure that we do what we must do, everyone. And then he looks past Noel, and he sees one of the other people here. He looks to Sir Nutmeg, gives him a nod. Good for you to join us, old friend. I see that you are also regaled in the holiday festivity garments.
So, let's rewind a little bit there before this acknowledgement, because we go to what happened about 30 minutes ago before this conversation happened. And there were, everything's nice in this town, but there is crime. It's rare, but it's becoming more and more rampant. So you hear a woman scream as someone steals her purse and starts to run down the street. And out of the sky cracks open and a lightning bolt just slams into the ground. And with that explosion, you see this massive figure kind of just kneeling and glowing in the aftermath. And from that glowing massive figure, you see it start to shrink and then start to shrink and keep shrinking and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it finally fades away as you see a 2-foot tall paladin gnome. He's covered in just silver and gold armor with a burlap cloak on. And he stands up, looks around, looks at the guy that's running, whips his cloak back, and you see his 5 golden spears, 4 hidden daggers, 3 health potions, 2 separate knives, and a great sword in a gold scabbard. And he just takes off like a bat out of hell, and he's like, "Hey, you get back here! You get back here right now! I swear to God, if I have to catch you, if I break a sweat running, trying to stop you from doing a crime, so help me God. So help me God, not even Santa's gonna be able to find this great sword when I'm done. All right?" And that causes the gentleman who's committing the crime to freeze in his tracks, drop the purse, and just kind of drop to his knees with his hand behind his head. And then he returns the purse to the young woman and explodes again in another lightning bolt before returning back to our group. And then we return to the previous to the current time right now, and he's like,
I think the like camera zooms out of your eye from like the memory of what happened.
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just ready. I wasn't paying attention. Would you say I was 1,000 miles away?"
Sir Crispin steps forward. There's not a smirk at all on his face. He stands with his hands in fists on his hips. "I trust that your patrolling went well."
"Oh yeah, you can see that. Yeah, some little punk tried to steal a purse, and let's just say he's not going to be doing it with his left hand anytime soon."
Oh, excellent. So you brought him in for proper jurisdiction and questioning, and made sure that he was properly put into the Garland halls, I assume then.
100%. Yep. Right by
Excellent.
the books.
Well
Right by
done.
the
Well
books.
done, Sir Nutmeg.
And then our camera shifts over to our last character.
So Dargoth Yulebringer is probably the largest of the bunch. He's like a big dragonborn, dressed in red and white. He's got a helmet on that makes him even taller because it's got antlers that stick out of it. He's wearing like shiny scale mail, but you could see his gold scales it's obvious that he's been polishing his own scales, so he's like super duper shiny. And he's, I imagine that there's some sort of, tense moment where he's pounding his fists on the table and he's saying something like, we should force everyone in the town to get in the town square and sing carols of joy and goodwill. And then, he might be distracted. I'll say, if it's okay with Carrie, that there might be a window in this room, and there's a very large reindeer that pokes its head in, and Dargoth reaches into his pocket and pulls out some sugar cubes, and he's like, "It's okay, Peppermint. We just got a little heated in here."
Yeah, and then you just hear the sound of like the crunching as the sugar cubes are being taken.
And it's a big pile of sugar cubes because it's a big reindeer.
Never be ashamed of spreading the holiday cheer, Yulebringer. You do good work. You honor Santa this eve.
Thank you.
Hey,
I
so
do my
here's the real
best.
question. Here's the question we all need to be asking. What if this whole like Christmas spirit thing just doesn't come back the way it's supposed to? Are we go around busting heads, or how do we do this?
Oh, such a thought is dark and sinister indeed. I can certainly hope that that does not happen.
Sir Nutmeg, I have to interject. It should be Noel. Technically,
I know.
K-N-O.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Yep, no,
I
I
was
got
just
it.
thinking that maybe we should be busting heads, but I have these wonderful, very colorful pamphlets. And Sir Crispin, the only problem is that per standard 67Q8517, they're supposed to be 3 inches by 7 inches, but I only had paper that was 6.75 inches tall. Is that okay?
Typically, these type of things need to go through our TPS reports, but I believe this will be all right in
understand.
this exception. Yes, I think they'll be
All
fine.
right.
I just want to. Everybody seems to be, paint me in a bad light. I don't really mean like busted skulls. I mean, I'm ready for that. But what I meant is like in a cheerful manner. Like spreading Christmas cheer by delightfully holiday busted skulls like that, just with cheer.
So like
Yeah.
handing out pamphlets and singing Christmas carols, like
Yeah, let's go
Dargo
with
was
that.
saying.
Aggressively.
Great. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can definitely do that. But if the need,
Sometimes-
I'm just gonna put it out there. If the need for some skull bashing comes in, I'm just letting you know. If it's for Christmas, it's for Christmas. I'm just saying.
You know what I like to bash is walnuts. Oh, it's such a satisfying crack, and then you get to eat the nut, and it's so delicious. Maybe you could try that.
I did that a couple days ago. Yeah. Not to a walnut though.
You know what?
Oh, maybe a pine nut.
Yep, let's give it that. Yep.
Okay.
Dargoth is trying to sneakily, but he has like no, stealth or anything. So he's trying to sneakily pull out a list, and you can clearly see it says like Christmas gift ideas, and he's writing down like walnuts, pine nuts.
Yes, I do trust that the three of you have fully presented and put your names into the drawing and sorting cap to be drawn for the secret giveaway white elephant gift display.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've already done that like twice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Of
Excellent.
course.
Very good. It's only required for you to do it once, Sir Nutmeg. We don't want any sort of
here we go.
duplications that would go against substandard 14.617.
That's my favorite substandard, by the way.
I know that it is.
Oh, it's a
I know that
doozy.
it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why add 2 when 1 is enough? Why add 2 when 1 is enough? Why add 2 when 1 is enough? Yeah, like I
Okay,
said,
is
what
there
is
any
enough?
eggnog here? I'm out.
I do wish that I wasn't tone deaf and I could engage in the singing as well, but I am needed elsewhere. Is there people nearby, like other paladins, perhaps other knights?
There
Yes.
aren't many other knights. A few you probably would have seen Sir Nutmeg kind of just patrolling the streets. Your numbers are dwindling. The people in this warehouse currently are basically like the staff, more or less elves that are sharpening weapons. Some of them, there's like a little blacksmith station in here. Some of them are making weapons. So it's a whole lot of elves in here and workers, but not a lot of other paladins.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed when I was out there doing patrols, there's really not many of us. We're kind of short-staffed right now, so not a lot of people have stomach to do what we do.
That is true.
Well, I think we need to get out there as soon as possible because I'm getting very worried about the level of cheer in this town. And what if it never comes back?
Don't say that. Don't ever say that.
I'm sorry, I know. We have to do our best, that's all, but we have to hurry.
Yes, speed. Let's
Time is
end
of
this
the essence.
Yeah, all right, let's
discussion.
get out there then.
At this point, the door swings open, and you see one of the elves coming in with a tray of sugar cookies. And one's coming in with a tray of sugar cookies, one's coming in with a tray of milk, and they both just are like expressionless, and they just set it on the table, and they're like, "There are your cookies." And they turn around and
Hey, you.
Hey, wait.
Stop!
Hey. I specifically asked for oatmeal raisin. This is the third time in a row where I've just been denied oatmeal raisin, and I'm just starting to wonder what's going on.
Sir
He has a
Nutbag,
dietary need.
you get
Yeah.
what you get and you don't get upset.
What? Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's just like, tell me if I'm not gonna get him, because if I'm not gonna get him, then I just like to know I'm not gonna get him. But don't tell me I'm gonna get him and then not give it to me, because then we have an issue. And, it's just
Okay.
when I don't get enough cookies, then my blood pressure
Well, make
goes
sure you
up,
get
and
your
it's
cookies,
just,
but clearly there's an issue going on here. They're not smiling. Excuse me.
Well, how do you expect me to smite things if I have low blood sugar?
Oh no, Sir
Let's
Kristen,
table
I'm
that
getting
one
worried
for
about
now.
this. Yes, let's put that in the parking lot. So no, I would like to go over to one of these people with the non-smile and just like start really like grabbing them by the shoulders, like pulling their eyes
Could
open,
you get
looking
off me,
for
please?
any signs, like looking and like making them stick out their tongues and say like trying to see if there's anything visible.
make an insight roll.
All right.
Forgot what system we were playing for a second. This is D&D.
There's Brenna. Is an 11 plus 4 for 15.
Okay. Nothing seems physically wrong with this person. You just see just the light is just dimmer in their eyes. Their face isn't as pink in the cheeks, not quite as jolly.
All right. Very, very quickly is very important. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
Well, usually it's making cookies.
Shocking.
Usually, but why not now?
Because now I have to go make oatmeal raisin.
Oh,
So if you'll excuse me. And
Sure.
they try to turn away. They kind of walk away. You see the door kind of open and swing shut.
oh no.
Well,
Oh,
that's
no,
what
no,
I was
no,
talking
no, no,
about.
no, no.
It's
This is
problem
bad,
right there.
bad. We've got to find the root of this. It seems to be spreading.
They do not look holly or jolly, so we must
No.
see to this immediately. I agree.
And I distinctly remember that person was Holly and or Jolly just 2 days ago.
Do you get some kind of like disease?
Perhaps.
I almost detected some sass. Just a slight amount.
This cannot-
not
Nutmeg
us.
Nutmeg reaches for his great sword.
So Nutmeg, perhaps not
Stay
now.
thy
Let's use
hand.
the better part of discretion.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
we are
just saying it could be a possession. If it's a possession, I'm ready to handle it. I'm just saying. I've seen this before. Krampus has come and took out a whole city. It was just terrible. People just punching each other in all sorts of different areas, in orifices and things, and it was bad. And I'm just saying, it started with sass. So,
Yes. I remember that dark Christmas
You've been
very
around the
well.
block a few times.
Yes, Sir Nutmeg and I have seen some things in the past, part of our training, part of our previous assignments. The mantle of being a sir is not one that is given lightly by St. Nicholas, but we have had to rise to the occasion, and we have, and we will continue to do so. But I agree that there is something amiss here. We must make sure that it is dealt with accordingly. I believe this would be an appropriate time for me to go ahead and implement sub-routine 123.6, which allows the four of us to act independently to seek out what might be causing a problem with the holly and the jolly and the magical time of year. So let's go to do that. What do we think might be the best course of action?
Interrogation.
I think we need to get out the streets. And for once, I kind of agree with Sir Delphic. I think we need to talk to people. We need to get to the root of this. Oh, I didn't mean to punch my hand there. I don't mean violence. I just mean really, really asking questions. The tough questions.
I'm just going to say I've never had more respect for you than right then. I'm just going to, with that
you.
fire that showed it, it was that roaring blaze by the fireplace that, brings out the Christmas spirit. That's what I'm talking about. That's that stuff. Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Delphic. All right,
So,
let's go.
let's do it.
Okay, so Sir Crispin will turn. He will make sure that his uniform is nice and straight, very clean. He'll pull a little piece of lint off of it, sprinkle it onto the floor, and then he will lead these three out of the doors and into the I'm assuming the crisp December air.
Yeah, as soon as those doors open up, you feel the air slamming into your face. It's cold, but it's familiar, and you can see the snow all around you. You can smell it, and you stand looking out at this. You're in the center of the village, so there's kind of this large open area around you, like a courtyard, basically, where you see trails have been kind of shoveled to walk through. You see someone's made of like a snow family off in the distance. Couple different tracks of different reindeer. And as you do open up the door, Peppermint does step around to kind of greet you as well. Are there any notes about what Peppermint looks like?
Just a giant reindeer, like maybe twice the size of a normal one.
Fantastic. Yeah, just looming, stomping over.
And there's a saddle on, with like very nice decorations in the stitching and everything.
Nice. Are there
Quite
pockets?
elegant.
Are there candy canes sticking out of
course,
different satchel pockets? Cool.
There's large candy canes, right? Because he's got the room for 'em.
Yeah. All right, so you stand out in this cold winter air, looking out. It's beautiful at first glance, and especially in your eyes, it's gorgeous. And then your eyes focus on, the people walking around. Some are a little more slouched than usual. You've noticed even on one little part where they're walking, it almost seems like sludge instead of snow. Like the ground itself is even gloomy. What would you like to do?
Detect a gloom. I point at it.
Gloom? There's not
Gloom.
supposed to be gloom anywhere here.
There's
I think
gloom
we need
there.
to take a closer look at that.
I agree. Let us proceed with caution. We don't want to rouse any sort of dark thoughts in anyone else. We want to make sure that we are presenting ourselves as is appropriate of the Knights of the North Pole, to make sure that we are seeking out goodness and carrying that with us. Our presence here will be a gift to those around us.
All right, I'm going to try to collect some of the gloomy sludge without touching it, of course.
Dargoth takes that order and he just plasters this grin on his face, but it's just these huge big teeth, and he's like, greetings.
Noel likes that. Oh, you're doing a great job, Dargoth, and you're so very sparkly today. Have you been shining your scales?
Of course.
Looks great. I can see every single one of your teeth.
That's how you know you're really happy.
That's right. You have to show them all.
All right, so we are wanting to approach this sludgy spot and try to get a sample of it, from what I'm gathering.
Yes.
Cool. What would you like to roll for that? Do you think that would be survival, or did you want to go just more dexterity based?
How about investigation?
Okay, yeah, investigation will work.
All right.
While Noel's doing that, Sir Crispin would like to look around, see if there's anyone nearby who might be out of place, someone who might be somebody who isn't one of the normal people that we interact with on a regular basis. I know Sir
Awesome.
Nutmeg was out patrolling. I want to make sure maybe that there's not any sort of people doing any sort of activities like he witnessed before.
Sure, I would say either perception or insight will work for that.
Okay.
Is there
Insight.
anything the rest of you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to. You see him reach into his pocket, and he pulls out a candy cane, and he mutters to himself, and then just shoves it underneath the helmet, and he just gets a hit from that sugar high. His eyes roll back, and I'd like to cast Divine Sense.
Okay. All right, so you're casting Divine Sense, you're investigating, you're looking around. What is Dargoth doing? Dargoth?
Spreading cheer and goodwill as best as he can. I guess, would that be like a performance check?
Yeah, I'll say either persuasion or performance, whichever
I'm gonna
one
try
you would like.
performance, which is weird that
Right.
I shouldn't have a +3 in it, but oh well, it was pretty poor anyways. I got an 8. So
Okay. All right, and what did we get for our investigation?
That would be a 12, Carrie.
Okay, and then for our insight or perception?
I did an insight check because that's much higher for Sir Crispin. I got a 16.
Okay, and then you cast Divine Sense. Go ahead and read that off to me, please.
I am muted. As an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, so a good 6 seconds, you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay, so
Just like a quick radar blip.
yeah, absolutely. So as you are slipping this candy cane underneath your helmet and about to cast this spell, Dargoth is just looking around, smiling at everybody, and everybody's just kind of basically blowing you off. Hey, some of them wave, some of them give a fake, an obviously fake smile back. The gloom is so heavy around here today, and Noelle, looking at the sludge, this is just gloom incarnate, basically. It's just dirty. It's not pretty, like all the snow all around you, like the snow always has been, and it is spreading. The more you're looking at it, the more this sludge seems to be just taking over this side of the street. Sir Crispin, you are looking around at everyone. No one seems to have their attention drawn to this group by any means, but every person that you see walking around is slumped over, or maybe they drop something as they're walking and they don't even bother to pick it back up and they just keep going, kind of kick it in the snow. There's just a lot of gloom here. And Sir Nutmeg, as you are casting this spell, you get this feeling of undead. And as you turn to look in the direction of where this is pinging, you see those Paladins of St. Nicholas that have disappeared in the past couple of weeks, standing in the street, approaching you with graying skin, black armor, not like the bright reds and whites and greens that you usually adorn. Their darkness spills out in waves of doom and gloom around them, and they stand at that about 60-foot radius there, coming towards you, marching almost. Two of them, as they are approaching, and as all of you begin to notice and turn, Sir Nutmeg, did you pull your great sword?
Oh yeah. The moment he noticed that, he's not even gonna say anything. He's just gonna turn, look at them, and you hear the of him drawing his blade slowly.
Yeah, and as you hear that blade pulled, all of your attention turns and you see these figures. Two of them you see from the sides. stretch out their hands, and you hear the crackling of ice as two ice walls burst out of the ground and begin just shooting out in your direction. One of them slams and blocks your way back to the warehouse, and the other one slams and blocks your way to cross the street. So it is just no civilians even around you. It is you and it is them as they are approaching you. Paladins of St. Nicholas, please roll initiative.
Oh no.
Here we go.
So first up, we are going to have Sir Nutmeg, and then we are going to have these Doom Knights.
Oh boy.
And then we are going to have the rest of the party.
Okay. So in case someone wasn't paying attention exactly, we're gonna get this started off in a real fun manner. So you see him turn, pull out his blade, and then just dash. You just see this small blur of fury as he just, the first one, the closest one to everybody, he runs, kicks off the ground, flips, just spinning in a small ball of doom, and just brings the blade down right on top of the first one. That's a 19.
As you swing this down, they immediately bring up their shield and slam into the top and just parry off your attack.
Okay, so as he comes down, he brings the blade and it just gets knocked back, and he flips with it. He just goes with the reflection, and then when he comes back, just stabs his sword forward when he rolls around again, because I have multi-attack.
Perfect.
25.
25 will hit.
Okay, so as he stabs his sword in, he's gonna smile and just twist it slightly, and it's like somebody set off some kind of nuke, but just audio, like there's just a thunderous explosion everywhere, and that is, I'm doing Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And I will use my bonus action the first time I hit with a melee attack. Your weapon rings with a thunder that is audible up to 300 feet from you, and the attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage. So if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Okay. And I would say with that thunderous boom too, there's like this little hint of like jingle bells in there as well.
No, no, it's the bell, sweet.
Oh yeah.
Carol the bells, yeah.
And then
Beautiful.
ding dong. That's the part that comes out when he hits with a thunderous smite.
Perfect.
So yeah, let me do that. 17 damage.
Okay, and then I failed that save. I'm assuming I got an 11.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as he stabs this creature, he turned his blade. There's just an explosion, and it just gets launched backwards and knocked prone.
Yeah, you see, for a moment, it's just scooting back, like on the boots. You see the snow like building up at the back of the boots, and then once they reach the end of it, they fall over the like piles of snow they've made behind their boots and slam down. Their body just like sinks into the snow like they're gonna make a little snow angel. Okay.
After he knocks the first one down, he's just gonna sit there with his blade and just like, you can't see it, but you can feel the smile from ear to ear.
Cheer is just radiating off of Sir Nutmeg right now. It's very inspiring. And at this point, you see one of these Doom Knights are knocked prone. It's gonna take a little bit of time to stand back up. The other three at this like burst of action are going to begin sprinting toward you. One of them moves directly towards Sir Nutmeg. The other two are heading directly toward, one's going towards Dargoth, one's going towards Noel. The one that is approaching Sir Nutmeg, you see they're like, it's heavy sprints. You can see their boots just like slamming into the snow. Every time their boot slams down, snow kind of sprays up on that side. And as they reach over to you, they have this long sword that they bring around, and they try to slice down at you 3 times.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
What
bring it
is-
on.
What is your AC?
Macy's is 16.
Okay, so all three of them hit.
Sweet Jesus.
One of them is a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
All right, guys, it's been good
Dead.
playing.
No.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
thanks for playing, bees.
It's been fun. I'll see you guys later.
Which I like to say while this is being calculated. Sir Nutmeg, I keep saying a great sword. I am not misspeaking. He is using a great sword, a normal great sword that a grown man would sometimes struggle to wield. This 2-foot gnome is wielding it like it's a pool noodle.
Nice.
Okay,
Jeez.
so this first attack slams through, like rips through you, and before you can even react, you go to try to back up, and you realize that your back is hitting that ice wall that they had created, and there's this moment of, oh no, there's no escape from this. They slice down again on the other side, and then they bring the sword back, and they just stab it into you. You hear it crack into the ice wall on the other side. You are pinned to this wall. You take 59 points of damage.
Oh damn.
Yikes.
So that face that we saw Carrie make earlier was, oh shit, I just killed this guy in one shot. Let me reduce the damage.
No, it was how I was gonna describe it, because it's the crit that fucked you. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be perfectly honest with
Yeah,
you.
that's hardcore.
59 points of damage. How many did you have? You had 60?
60.
Nice,
Oh, boy.
perfect. And the other two, you see this happen as these Doom Knights are still sprinting towards you, and you just see your pal, Sir Nutmeg, pinned to this ice wall. You see the wall kind of like crack all the way up. And then your attention is immediately brought to the two that are sprinting towards you. And as they are running, you see them both, like in unison, bringing up their swords and spinning them down onto you. Okay, what are your ACs?
19.
Ooh.
18.
2 of them are going to hit Dargoth, and 2 of them are going to hit Noel. I missed
Oh no.
one from both of you.
Yeah, so as that happened, as Nutmeg was getting hit, I reach up and the shield almost magically comes off of my back and goes through the air and attaches onto my arm. And I move forward, and there's a rippling kind of golden energy that goes around the outside edge of it as I move through. It flashes that same color across my eyes for a second. And I'm going to actually juxtapose myself so the shield is between the guys who are going to attack my 2 companions. And so because I'm assuming they're like together, like they're within 5 feet of each other.
Mhm.
So I step in the middle of them and juxtapose the shield between, so they're going to have disadvantage on their attack rolls.
Ooh, okay. I won't worry about the 2 that already failed, but I'll re-roll the first one. That is still going to hit. That second one's going to miss. So Dargoth's only going to be hit by 1. And Noel is not going to be hit at all. So, nice. So I'm going to roll damage, and then I will let Sir Crispin describe kind of how this looks as these attacks are actually being pushed off. So, Dargoth, you are going to take 19 points of damage
Third of my hit points.
from this one. Like, one slice does manage to get through. Crispin, what does that look like?
So yeah, as it comes forward, I juxtapose the shield, and as that one, I imagine the 2 former paladins that we were friends with here, as they attack in a 1-2 combo, the way that we've been trained in the past to fight. So I know how to counterbalance that because I've trained with these people. I helped train them on certain things. So I just deflect the shield off to the side, and as their weapon hits and it skids, there is an explosion where it looks like somebody has thrown a large handful of golden glitter, and it explodes off of the front of the shield, and it paints the snow a golden kind of greenish color. And I will then turn with that same momentum. I will do a spin, keeping the shield up above myself so that I'm not open to this attack, and I will spin into the one that's over by Noelle and try to do a similar motion.
Yeah, and like as that's spun over to Noelle, that one slice down onto Darga, probably like slicing down part of the shoulder and down into the chest. And that is their turn. So you three are up.
Oh.
I will note you do see that fourth one is standing now and looking, kind of looking between Sir Nutmeg pinned to the wall and then over at the three of you.
So, from my perspective, Nutmeg looks like he's in real trouble, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
So,
dead.
Or dead.
I'm going to yell. I hope it's okay. I go now.
Sure.
I yell, "Shield of Tinsel!" And then it's basically Shield of Faith. So like shining tinsel starts to surround, like it swirl around Nutmeg. And that is a buff. You get a +2 bonus to your AC for the duration. Nutmeg.
A plus what?
+2 to
Oh,
your
nice,
AC. And that lasts up to 10 minutes. So hopefully combat goes well for us.
Is that concentration?
Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
not sure what that means. Does that mean that's the only spell I can cast?
That's the only
essentially?
concentration spell you can cast.
Okay.
And if you take damage, you have to make a concentration check to see if that spell is still up.
Okay. Please remind me of that.
I will try.
The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to yell, "Peppermint stick!" And Peppermint's gonna reach back and pull out a javelin and then toss it to me into my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw it at I guess, well, there's one on me, right?
Yeah, there are two like right up here. But then there are also two over by Nutmeg.
You know, I'm the kind of dragon that's gonna help a pal. So I throw one javelin at one of the people attacking.
Cool.
Nutmeg. That is an 18.
You sling this it's a peppermint javelin, right? I didn't just imagine that. It's actually
Well-
a peppermint javelin.
Yeah, there was a plan where it's with the reindeer being made named Peppermint. and the thing is a stick, but
gotcha.
it would be like it could have the design of a peppermint stick, right? You know,
Perfect.
As you're throwing it. Yeah.
Because like in my brain it was a peppermint javelin. Those things get sharp.
It could, yeah, that'd be the tip is carved and it's like
Yeah. So this javelin is thrown. You see it like spinning. You see the peppermint lines just like blurring together as the javelin is spinning as it's thrown. And you see this Doom Knight still has the sword like jammed into Nutmeg, into the wall. Looks over, sees this peppermint coming, rips the sword from the wall and uses the sword to parry the peppermint stick. You see the stick snap in half and kind of fly off and disappear into the snow. And now all eyes are on you as Nutmeg kind of like falls down to probably his knees. Is that your turn?
I have a bonus attack, but can I use a sword after doing the javelin thing, or
Technically no, but in my games, yes.
okay? So yeah, I guess I quickly retrieve the longsword at my hip, and just kind of slash upwards. So, like I grab it and then slash. Nothing
Yeah,
fancy.
almost like after
Yeah.
you've thrown with that follow through, reach
And
over.
down.
Yeah.
Up.
Perfect.
Longsword. Don't fail me. Oh, that sucked. That was only a 13.
If we need to pause so you can get real dice,
I have the faith that like it'll roll out the bad ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before you die, or
We'll see.
yeah. So like your moves were so telegraphed to this thing, probably because you've all trained together. So this Doom Knight sees you reaching for this sword, and as you're even bringing it up, immediately has that shield down, and you just slam the sword into the shield. There's this ping that rings out that kind of sounds like bells. Is that your turn? All right.
Yeah.
Crispin, Noelle.
Go ahead, Noelle.
Okay. So we learned that these Doom Knights are undead, or are they're undead? Okay.
Undead.
All right. So I have a channel divinity that turns away things like fiends, but it wouldn't work on them. So, Sir Crispin, do you have a moonbeam?
A moonbeam?
Yeah.
I do not.
Oh shit. I was hoping we could do a Care Bear stare. So
Wait, does Noelle curse?
I'm really sorry about that.
I would think Noelle curses, but in like Christmas curses.
Yeah.
What I said was sugar.
Oh,
cookies.
fig!
Yeah.
Oh, sugar cookies.
Oh, snowflakes. All right, so I'm just gonna try my moonbeam, I guess, because I don't know anything else to do, and I'm not super confident I'm gonna hit them with my mace. So I'm gonna try moonbeam. Let's see. They have to do a con save of 15. DC.
All right. What is the radius on that? Is that just
I think it's 60 feet. Let me bring it back up.
Okay. And is it like a cone or a line, or what are we talking
It's just a range of. It's just 5 foot, so it's one.
Okay.
It's just one person, but I
Gotcha.
think the range is. Oh, it's 120 feet.
Oh, damn. Well, I got a 14.
10 radiant damage.
Okay.
So it's a 40-foot tall, just beam of light that comes down, typically from the sky, and it's like sparkling, like that moment when you put the star on the top of your tree, and then you turn it on, and it just seems like it's magic, and it's just glittering like that. It's so bright, and it makes you feel warm inside. That's what it looks like.
Perfect. And it would be beautiful.
Beautiful,
but it is like
but painful.
burning
Yes.
the decaying skin off of this creature, and it's kind of like shrieking a little bit. You see smoke almost coming up.
So as her moonbeam comes down and starts blasting into this thing, my form bursts through the moonbeam and slams into this figure. My flail is going to spin. It's going to crack into the sky. I'm going to do a full-on attack, which means I will attack twice. And then as a bonus action, as part of my attack, because I'm a shield master, I can try to shove this guy back out of the way from us if he's still around at the end of that.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure moonbeam is pretty nasty. So the first attack, let me actually go back to my attacks page here, is a 23, 17 plus 6.
That hits.
Cool. Do you want the damage like individual? How do you want it split up?
However you want to do it.
Okay, I'll do it for each one.
Okay.
The damage for that is going to be 8.
Okay.
The second attack, oh boy, that's an 18 plus 6. That's a 24.
That hits.
So the damage for that one is going to be 10.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to shove him back with the shield master. I shove him back 5 feet. So I knock him back out of. Well, actually, if he's in the moonbeam, little retcon, the one who's next to him, then the one who attacked.
Shove that one.
Yeah, I'll shove that guy. Yeah.
Perfect. Is there any attack roll
It doesn't say specifically on my sheet here, but I would assume it's probably a strength or athletics test or something like that.
probably opposing?
Sure, yeah, I can roll one. Is it just strength or athletics?
Let's do strength.
Okay, plus 3. Ooh, 12.
I got a 10. So yeah, you're able to shove that one back out of the way as well. And that was 18 points of damage. Noelle, did you have any bonus actions or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have all of you roll a d20.
2 for Sir Crispin.
11.
So I rolled a real one and I got a 7, so they're not doing me any better. So,
Your dice are like, fuck
Hey.
Christmas.
yeah.
I've been rolling fantastically, and I'm at 1 HP now.
Oh no.
I,
What was-
I went in like a badass and got shut down immediately.
What was your d20 roll?
17.
Okay. All right, so no effect this time. We'll see what happens after the next round.
Oh boy.
And Sir Nutmeg, you are no longer pinned to the wall. You have 1 hit point. What would you like to do?
You have glowing
Um,
tinsel around you, though.
That's it.
Is it a free action to cry?
Yes, always.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Crying's always a free action.
I'd like
PD
to
can
take my-
confirm.
I would
Yeah.
like to take a free action of 6 seconds of crying.
Great.
And so pretty much man, so yeah, he just kind of slumps to the ground, and then as they're walking off, he's gonna get up, just like slowly get him to like slam his greatsword into the ground. And actually he can't, because I think it's super big, so he's just gonna kind of just pick himself up and then like scoot over, grab his greatsword, and like he's struggling to pick it up because he's like right on death's door. You see there's just blood everywhere, and he's like "Ugh, ugh," and he grabs into his pocket and he pulls out 5 oatmeal cookies, and he just shoves them under. You just hear and you see the wounds start to close. And eating those cookies, he's going to do his lay on hands. So I'm going to use
Wonderful.
all 25 of those points.
Lay on cookies.
Lay
Yeah.
on cookies.
Nom on cookies is so yeah, I'm up to 26 now. And so nope, not 126. I mean, I don't mind, but
No, we all heard 126. You're fine.
yeah, that's what I think, yeah. All right, so lay on hands is what is that? That's an action, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, an action. Okay. So then I guess let me see. I would say that I'm probably going to. How much distance is between me and the rest of the group?
How much distance do you want there to be?
Yeah. I mean, I just want to kind of. I kind of learned. I learned. I fucked around and found out. So I would very much like to regroup.
I think easy enough you could sprint over at a decent like angle to not approach the 2 Doom Knights that are already over there, but yeah, I think you could get over there.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, yeah, so you see Sir Nutmeg chow down on some cookies and then sprint back over towards the group. And it is now the Doom Knight's turn. So,
Now I get to get killed.
yeah, we'll handle that one first. You're currently engaged with one, so I will go ahead and
Oh, muzzle top.
Yeah, congratulations on your
Yes.
engagement.
My AC is now 18 because the shield is equipped. So I think I told you 16.
Perfect, yes. Yeah, you see this as you've slammed into this one 2 times, pretty sure? Yeah, you
Yeah, I
slammed
hit
into
I
that
hit
one.
the one that was in the moonbeam with
Yeah.
my flail twice, and then slammed the one next to it back 5 feet, and I pretty much
Perfect.
took up its space. So I'm kind of between them, looking back and forth,
Awesome.
sizing them up.
Yeah, so the one that you hit, skin currently like burning off from the moonbeam, pulls up that long sword and kind of like pulls it up overhead and goes to slam down. And after they slam down, they're gonna spin one way and then spin the other way. All 3 attacks right against Crispin. Ooh, wow, I rolled so bad.
Oh no.
I know, I mean legitimately terrible for me.
How dare
Basically,
you not murder us all within 2 turns?
Your AC is 18?
Yes,
You
it
said?
is. Yep.
I get 1 hit by hitting an 18.
Okay.
So that is going to be 19 points of damage.
Okay, thank you.
As this 1 hit, the one that comes down, you're able to kind of like dodge out of the way of. It slams into the snow, and as they spin it up, they missed that one too, but snow kind of like sprayed up, and there was just this moment of blinding, and then they used that moment to slice down right, like almost like down into your neck and collarbone, slicing down, and they just stand and they stare at you. The one that you shoved away with the shield was going after Noelle. So I'm going to roll a d4 to see now if it's going after Noelle or if it's going after Sir Crispin.
Okay.
A 1 or a 2 is Noelle, a 3 or a 4 is Crispin. That's a 3. So, pissed about being shoved by this shield, looks over and again, let's see. You see as this sword is readying, as he is readying for this attack, you see him actually like squeeze the blade and like slice his own hand. You see this awful black doom energy coating the blade right before he goes in for 3 attacks as well. All right. Two of those are going to hit you.
Okay.
That is 37 points of damage.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
So one slices down across you, and it almost makes you drop your sword, like you feel, or your weapon. You feel it kind of like slump down into the snow, and then they kind of use that to try to slice down at that arm again. They're like trying to get rid of your fighting arm, basically. They're slicing down. You can feel just the wounds ripping into you.
And as they finish their 3 attacks, slamming into me with the 2 of them, I grit my teeth. I try to bring the shield up again, but I'm just too weak. I drop unconscious to the snow.
Yeah, you watch Sir Crispin slam onto his knees and slump over, and you see the snow slowly beginning to redden around him. All right. The 2 other Doom Knights, from the distance, are looking over in your direction, and you see, as they're watching this happen, they're not sprinting toward you anymore. They are slowly walking. You see them just marching in your direction, swords ready. Looking around, there's nowhere for you to run, and you get the feeling they know that. And so as they are just marching over in your direction, their swords are ready, and they are going to hold their actions. And that is the Doom Knight's turn. Yulebringer and Noelle. What would you like to do?
I have a metagamey question. Does the ice, and I feel like my character might have a good idea of this. Does the ice look too thick to melt with one of my dragon blasts? Breath.
It definitely looks too thick to melt with one of them, yes. But you know it is ice and it will melt. It just might take some time. It does look pretty thick.
Boy, that's a tough one. And second question, because I don't know D&D that well. If I were to do like cure wounds or lay on hands on our fellow who is bleeding to death, would he get back up immediately, or is that like, is there some other rigmarole with that?
Yeah, he'd get back up. If you heal him, he is healed. So.
All right, let me look look at Cure Wounds. Oops, I just clicked the button. I didn't mean to.
Well, I
it is
guess I
not-
cast Cure Wounds.
No. Okay, it's an action. It's not concentration. So I will, and it is touch.
Yep.
So, I'll kind of kneel down and I'll say, "There's more fight. Don't give up yet." And then magical stuff comes flying out and fills him with holiday cheer and health. And that heals, let's see, 1d8 hit points plus my spellcasting modifier, which is +3. So roll an 8.
Oh, do I roll it?
Or who rolls it? Yeah, I don't know.
Whoever you want, whichever one. Just
don't make me roll it.
Okay,
that's
I'll roll
fair.
It. 1d8 plus 3, you said?
Yeah.
Oh boy. 1.
Oh,
That's
well, you
4
only
though.
need 1 to stand up.
Yeah, that's
so-
4. So I start to awaken, my eyes start to flutter, and I start to get reinvigorated.
That's really all I can think of doing, except I don't really know the layout. Maybe like if I could pull them a little closer to the circle or something, like as my bonus action or my movement or whatever, just kind of like try to circle up a little tighter.
sure. Maybe pull him a little closer to like Peppermint.
Yeah.
Cool. Noelle, what would you like to do? Limited.
There's multiple of these knights right in front of me and Sir Crispin, right?
2 of them right in front of you, and then 2 of them probably like 20 feet back have not stopped advancing, but are just watching you.
Okay. So I think that like seeing Sir Crispin go down would have caused Noelle to lose her concentration on the moonbeam. So she's gonna try to swing this like magical flail that she has that's too heavy at one of the knights that's in front.
Perfect.
So for the first attack, it's a dirty 20.
That just hits.
Oh,
Gosh almighty.
okay. So the very cool thing about this is that even though I get -2 to my damage because I'm not strong, it also gets an extra D8 of radiant damage.
Nice.
Oh, what happened? I lost my D8. It got stuck.
Oh, no!
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me try again. So 3 - 2 for the bludgeoning. So that's 1 magical bludgeoning. And then 6 radiant damage. So 7 altogether. And then as a bonus action, I will speak the command word, which is spirit. And it's like the bottom of this flail, it looks like one of those, those round incense things, but it's kind of shaped like a jingle bell. And this incense starts like fuming out of it in a thin cloud around me for 1 minute. And so at the beginning of each of my turns, me and anyone else in the incense, which would I think just be me and Sir Crispin because it's 10 feet, we regain 1d4 hit points each of my turns.
I
Like
think
that.
I think if you wanted to, you could be positioned well, because we dragged. I think it would actually be Sir Nutmeg that's
in there too.
in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because so perfect.
Okay. So I don't know if I can roll it now or if it's not until my next turn.
I say roll it now.
And that's a
I'd say-
2.
I say
So
roll
two-
it out because you might not get another chance.
Yes, so we all get 2 hit points.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And then I still technically have another attack, so I'm going to
Perfect.
try again with the flail. But I'm real tired from the first one. Oh, It's a 19.
Oh,
So I just
Oh,
missed.
no.
Yeah. So I'm like stronger than I thought I was gonna be with it, but just not quite
yeah,
on the
you
second one.
swing hard, but that shield is brought up and just boom, slams into it.
Yeah.
Okay, Crispin.
Whew. The action economy of everything going on is really killing my typical game plans. That's right. I weigh the fact that I'm so injured. I weigh the fact that she has just casted this to kind of help us. So I look at the enemies that are in front of us. Can I gauge roughly how bad they're doing, the enemies?
Make a either perception or insight check.
Okay, definitely would be insight. I'm proficient in that, so I get a +6. My perception is not great. Oh geez, 5 + 6, 11. For insight.
With that roll, as you're looking, you see their flesh is decaying, so it's a little bit harder to tell, but it looks like maybe you've dented their armor a little bit.
Well, I'm just going to err on the side of caution. Then I am going to use half my movement to get up to a knee. I'm going to reach onto my lapel. There is a mistletoe-shaped brooch that is pinned there. I'm going to grab it and rip it off. I hold it up into the air, and I'll say, "Be gone from this place, foul beasts." I'm going to try to turn the unholy by channeling my divinity. So basically, all of the undead that are within 30 feet need to make a wisdom save.
Fantastic. All right, wisdom save.
Mhm.
Ooh, that first one is a
It is
25.
It's a DC 12, so I'm not a strong spellcaster, but
Unfortunately, only one failed.
okay. So that one who failed, he has to basically, on his turn, take the dash action to get away from me because he's afraid of the holy power coming out of the mistletoe relic that I hold up in the air. The other ones can do whatever they want.
Fantastic.
And then I'm going to get the rest of the way to my feet, just holding that mistletoe ornament in front of me. I still have my shield on, but now my flail is laying down on the ground by my feet.
Okay.
And that's it for my turn.
All right. Everyone, roll a d20 for me.
Mhm. 16 for Crispin.
7. Oh, thought it was a 1.
13.
10.
All right, no effect once again. Back up to the top. Sir Nutmeg, you are up.
All right, with all this, you've seen Crispin go down. It all looks kind of grim. I mean, there's not really anywhere to run, so he's gonna pull out his flask. He's gonna knock back like half a thing of eggnog, and he's just gonna let out some blood curdling battle cry and just launch himself at now I have a quick question. For smites, doth smites okay, it's one bonus action, so I can only do one per turn. Okay.
Are you talking about the spell or the divine smite for your paladin class?
Divine smite. I can do that each hit, or
It would be, yeah, you would do it once per round, basically, and it would affect the hit, so you could wait till I see if it hits first.
yeah, but I meant like for multiple hits, it would only be for one of those hits, right?
Yeah, just
Okay,
one.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to so there's two side by side right there.
Yes.
All right. So I mean, in order to give the others something, more time, that's what I'm gonna do.
Are you hitting like one of them twice, or are you hitting both of them once?
Which one looks like it's taken a little more damage than the other?
Ah,
Or do they both look about the same?
the two of them look about the same.
So what happened to the one that I stabbed?
That one is standing
One of the
off.
ones standing
yeah,
back?
one of the ones
Okay.
standing back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, screw it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna drop both attacks into one of them.
Sure.
So, the first attack is a miss, and the second attack is a hit. So the first one was an 18. The second one is a 24.
Okay. Yeah, that 24 hits.
All right. So with that, like he swings, and he's still in pain from all the damage he's taken, the ridiculous, copious amount of damage that was given to him all in one go. So he's still like sore, and he swings that first time, and it misses, and he just he's gonna use that momentum, and like he swings, misses, and then keeps rolling his body around, and just brings the blade back with just, I mean, screaming the entire time. And it actually looks like it catches fire, but it's like a kind of a golden flame on it, and he just brings it into it. And he is going to channel divinity and do his divine smite.
Perfect.
So bum, 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 bum. You know what? He's desperate, so we're dumping a second level spell slot into this. So that is going to let's calculate all this. All right, so for the hit, that is 9, and then all right, so 2d8. All right. So 9 plus 12, so that's going to be 21. Then another d8 because they're undead.
Perfect.
And that is going to be 8. Yeah, baby. So 29 damage as he just like brings this blade that ignites mid swing just straight into the he's gonna like he swings. It's kind of like that Yoda move where he swung the lightsaber and then spun around and swung it again. That's what happens. Like he misses and then just uses that momentum to just like you hear it grind against the ground as he brings it back and just comes straight across.
Yeah, and as you're landing from that attack, all of you heard like the bones crack one by one by one by one. Like the rib cage now is like cracked open, and you see this doom and gloom like spilling out, the sludge that it's creating on the ground around you as this Doom Knight actually like drops to his knees, not dead, but that hurt him quite a bit. Is that your turn, Sir Nutmeg?
Let me double check. Smite is a bonus, so I do believe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. The Doom Knights are up.
Oh, great. I'm so excited.
Great.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, Carrie.
Yep. So not that one, but the other one that was standing up here. The one that had been like bashed away with the shield, hit a little bit. This is the one that then stands up, almost stands up perfectly straight. The weapon kind of comes down a little bit, and you see it slowly starting to back up, backing away, moving as far away from Sir Crispin the Merry as he possibly can, having failed that wisdom save earlier. The one that is here on its knees, I am going to see. No, so the one on its knees, you see the sword stab down into the snow, and it is sitting there like trying to stand back up, but you see the flesh that's been burned from the moonbeam. Like you can see the bones through the decaying skin, and you see like the arms shaking as it is trying to get back up, and it is unable to get back up this turn. At this point, the other two begin moving forward. They are stomping forward, and who looks the least hurt right now?
Not me.
Who can afford this
I have
barrage?
22. I have 22 out of 39.
You're muted, Katie.
Dang it. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. I haven't actually been hit yet, so I still have
Ooh.
Oh
42.
no!
Great. So I think as they're
Lucky
stepping
you.
forward, they see the two injured people, and they are immediately going for the two that are less injured. So one is going
Checks
to
out.
be slicing for Noel, the other is going to be heading for Dargoth.
Actually, I hate to do this, but if they're going for the least injured, just number wise, I have 28 HP.
I have 42.
No, I meant for Dargoth, because Dargoth said he had 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm technically in better
Oh.
shape than him.
That's funny.
That is true.
Got you.
Yeah. So they would probably go for Sir Nutmeg and Noel. All right. So Noel. Oh no.
Can I use my reaction to make that have disadvantage?
Please do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I rolled
So
another
Noel, how
natural
does-
20, so
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
disadvantage.
saying.
Good.
I want to say, Noel, how does
Yeah.
3 nat 20 sound?
Yeah, so still holding the mistletoe alight as that guy goes to swing. I just move in to try to stop him from hitting Noel.
Perfect. So to give you, I rolled a 19, a 20, and a 17. So let's see what these disadvantage rolls bring, because holy shit. An 18, a natural 1 on the die that I rolled the natural 20 on,
Oh
and
boy.
a 9.
See, and I don't want to be that
That's
guy,
one
but I
hit.
think it's for only one attack.
I did it with all 3 last
Oh, okay.
time, so whatever.
All right then.
Oh.
Yeah, so one of them is still going to hit you. There is no crit.
Thank you.
So,
Oh, shit. Sorry. That was Katie.
Sprinkles.
Not Noel. There's a stink bug just landed on my keyboard. Get out of here, ghost. Okay.
that I honestly I don't remember how many hit points you said you had. Don't tell me. Because I just rolled 22 points of damage.
For Noel,
Yes.
I'm still okay. I'm up.
Okay. How many do you have?
42.
Okay, I knew there was a 2 at the end and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of Dargoth. That would have put Dargoth down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you take 22 points of
Ow.
damage from one of those slices. As then that
Good grief.
what does the like the thing that you're holding, does it shine off light, or what
It's
is the effect?
incense.
No, the thing that Crispin is holding.
Oh.
The mistletoe brooch,
Yeah.
it's like a metal gold, kind of with green filigree on it, just a metal brooch. And yeah, it's just, it looks like I'm holding sunlight in my hand. just
Okay, cool.
beaming out.
Yeah, so you see that light like glisten off of the sword as it's missing these 2 attacks, but then one of them does slam into you. The other one is going to slam 3 attacks toward our friend Sir Nutmeg. Oh my god.
No.
No, I think I failed all of them.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Then
I failed
where's-
every single one of them.
Hot
Which-
damn.
I rolled a 2, and a 3. So
Nice.
my dice were like, calm the fuck down. But something that happens in my D&D games is when the enemy rolls a natural 1, the person that they are rolling, it happens for you too. So if you roll a natural 1, it's really bad for you. But if an enemy rolls a natural 1 on an attack, they basically whoever they're attacking gets a free attack against them. So Noel, my natural 1 from earlier,
Nice.
how would you like to attack that Death Knight?
Can I Sacred Flame it?
Sure.
All right, so it has to do a dex save.
I'm gonna give it disadvantage since it had a natural 1. I rolled 2 18s.
Mother okay, so nothing happens, Carrie.
Great.
I
I've never
distinctly
been
remember.
so.
I distinctly remember when we started this, Carrie was like, "You have a pretty good chance of not dying tonight, guys."
Did
And
I
we're
say
like,
that?
"What is happening?"
Did I say
No.
that?
I told you. Carrie's answer
Mhm.
made Katie, gave Katie an answer,
Mhm.
but just put fear in the rest of us. And I knew that
It's
cryptic of
working.
an answer, we're all gonna die.
It's working.
Yeah. Big Newton.
All right,
So-
so there is just a cluster of light effects and just tinsel and just all sorts of stuff happening in this area right here. And that one Doom Knight kept trying to swing at Sir Nutmeg and Nutmeg was able to like dodge out of the way from every single hit, just slamming into the snow. Snow is like spraying upward. And that's the Doom Knight's turn. The three of you, you're up.
If I may, just this time go first, because I think we really need what I'm about to do, if that's okay with the two of you who haven't gone yet. Sir Crispin will take that same symbol. He continues to hold it aloft. He's going to take his shield and he pulls it down. There's a little tube inside that he bites the top off of, and he flings his arm like that, and holy water springs out across my three companions. I'm going to cast Bless, so all three of you are going to get a 1d4 added to any attack roll or any saving throw that you have to make as long as I concentrate. So I say, Saint Nicholas, protect us. And I flick my wrist.
Wonderful.
And that's my action. And I'm just going to stand there and stand my ground, trying to, turn these unholy creatures from out of here.
Perfect.
Okay. So with that feeling of bless, and now it's the beginning of my turn, and the green like smoke that's scented of like balsam and cedar with maybe a little bit of cinnamon just gives everybody an extra 1 hit point. So that's 3 of us that are, whoever's close within 10 feet of me gets 1 extra hit point. And then I'm going to try to spin this thing and hit the guy in front of me again.
All right.
And the first one is a miss. What's the bless do? It's an extra D4.
1d4.
Gives you a 1d4 to your attack roll.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, so
I don't
before you tell me what happened, since you rolled a natural 20,
Mhm.
all of you feel as Noelle has this like new sense of inspiration, kind of. You see her begin to glow. There is this glow and these sparkles that seem to drift off of her, and as they do, you swear you hear a faint just very lightly, and all of you heal to full.
Oh, yes.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Ooh-cha.
no, for you.
Okay. So now with this hit, let's see
Saint
here.
Nicholas does give us his blessing tonight.
Right? Okay. So the first on my first D8 I rolled A1, so 1 minus 2 is nothing, no damage. But then so no bludgeoning. So I think what happens is that when I swing this thing, it misses. However, it does a lot of like reverberating next to the bad guy, and so he still gets 7 radiant damage, and then if I need to, still do the divine smite.
Tell me how you kill this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I guess it would have been double that. So
Oh yeah, it was a crit.
14.
Yeah.
yeah. But so he's almost completely like burnt to a crisp already, with like the bones sticking out. And so it just explodes him. However, as all of his bones go up in the air, they come back down in the perfect shape of a Christmas tree. And then his little head goes right on top. And it's all beautiful and sparkly.
Yes.
That's the most fucked up Christmas tree I've ever seen. And
Yeah,
I
well.
love it.
Mhm.
Dargoth has a single tear rolled down his scaly cheek.
Oh, Christmas tree plays in the
Yeah.
distance. Mhm. Fantastic. Dargoth, you're up.
So how many are left?
One of them is like leaving almost, seems
Yeah.
to be just backing away, and then there
For a
are those
minute.
two. There are those two that have come up to attack.
Right.
So two currently, but
Dargoth is going to say, "Roasted nuts blast," and flame at the two.
fantastic.
So, can I No, that's not I can't use Divine Smite on my own breath weapon. That's too bad. But I do get to roll a d4 for the extra attack, right? Or for the whatever that bonus is.
Yeah. Is the breath weapon? Do I have to make a save, or do you make an
Yeah,
attack
you
roll?
have to make a let's see, DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Oh, math. My Con modifier is +1, and I don't know what my proficiency bonus is at level 5.
I think it's like 2, or is it 3?
Should be. It's a 3, so it's going to be. Was it 11 total? 9 total.
8 plus 1 plus whatever that last number was.
So 12. Yeah. 12.
All right. Well, I rolled a
Math was
natural.
messing with us all.
I rolled a natural 20 for one of the saves, but
Oh,
I rolled a
boy.
10 for the other, so one of them does fail.
All right, so I'm gonna roll 2d6 fire damage. That's gonna be a 9 plus my d4 from that blessing or whatever that was. If that.
I don't think the bless goes to damage. I think it just goes to the attack roll.
Yeah, just
Okay,
the
well, then
attack
never
roll
mind.
or a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then just 9 damage.
9. All right. You see is it literally like flame that comes, or is
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. Yeah, you see
very
the fire.
festive holiday flames.
Yes, like right out of the fireplace. You see it kind of burning some of the armor. You see the armor starting to glow red hot as it's just burning up the side of it. It hurt it a little bit. You see it kind of like backing up and trying to put out this flame. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's pretty much my action. I do have an important question. Does peppermint fly? He's a reindeer.
You know what?
I mean,
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I love these one shots you say yes to.
You're so kind.
I'm like, yes to all of it. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I am literally murdering you, and you're like, you're so kind.
I'm gonna hop on.
We got
Peppermint.
better.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on Peppermint and take flight.
Fantastic. You all see
On
this.
Peppermint.
You hear this kick off of the snow, and you see this shadow just loom over all of you. And as you look up, Peppermint is taking flight.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
With me on him. Just so you know.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have you all roll a d20.
Oh no.
Now this is where it falls apart
I rolled a 5.
again.
2.
14.
18.
Okay, no effect. And since this has happened already, I'll tell you at the end of every round, you'll roll a d20. If you get a natural 20, you heal to full.
I was
Wow.
wondering if that was it.
If you get
So
a natural
close.
1, something else happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Mhm, mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
no.
You just detonate, just right there.
Just everyone just explodes.
Yeah,
Um,
spontaneously combust.
Back up to the top. Sir Nutmeg.
All right, so he's gonna slam his blade into the ice, and he is just going to look at the one that he first hit. Well, okay, the one that, because that was one that came up and dealt 59 points of damage to me, right?
Correct.
Is that one still with us?
Yes, that one is still here.
Yeah, no. I as I feel that energy come into me and I heal back, I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff.
And he's just gonna look up, like, oh no, the one that I hit is still there, right? That one's still alive.
No, that one that was like split open
Yeah.
was killed by Noel.
Okay, so that one was killed. All right, so then yeah, he's just gonna like pull the blade away, look over at the one that dealt 59 points to him, and he's gonna go, my turn, and he's gonna run at it, and like he's gonna. What I want to do, and tell me what extra rolls I have to do for this, but he is going to run and pole vault himself with his greatsword. And while he's like spinning in the air coming down, he's going to grab two of the javelins and just slam them into it.
Fantastic. I will say Sir Nutmeg's been pretty agile like the whole time, so I would say it's not out of the question to just do that.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and just roll both of those like javelin attacks.
All right. All right, the first one's gonna be a 17, and the second one, oh my god, they just both ricochet off. Okay.
It looked awesome.
What are your
Yeah.
what are your javelins made out of?
Oh, these are like it's a the middle is wood, like a you know, kind of like a oak, like a really refined oak wood. And then you see it go towards the end. There's two big rings of gold on the you know, like when it splits from the wood to the actual tip. There's 2 gold bars, like bands, and then there's a on one side there's a like it's kind of like a like the tail end of an arrow, but it's, you know, bladed, so if he needs to swing it around, he can hurt somebody, kind of axe-like, but it's still kind of in that arrow-esque kind of fashion. So if he throws the javelin, it's still, you know, aerodynamic. And then at the front, it's just kind of it's like a drill. And those are all silver. And you are muted.
I muted myself to talk. I was unmuted before. So as you are slamming down, you can feel it slam into the shield of this Doom Knight as it brings up the shield, seeing you spinning forward. Both slam into it, and you feel it like vibrate up your arms, but you keep hold of both of these. And I'm gonna say for the time being, like it's holding it above its head. And you've like landed on that shield, so you're on top there.
I just think like until it does something or it's my turn again, I'm just like repeatedly just stabbing into that into the shield like a rabid animal.
It's playing some sort of song.
Yeah.
Every hit is like pinging off of the shield just right, but in different tones, and some sort of Christmas song is playing.
Ding 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 ding.
Exactly. Perfect.
Everybody now.
Yeah.
Amazing. Unfortunately, it is the Doom Knight's turns.
Now.
These guys, man. Oh.
So, this one holding the shield here lowers it down to basically bring you to eye level. And
I spit in its face.
hell yeah.
Pieces of cookie.
Yeah. At this point, like his helmet's just been kind of destroyed, so he's
You know what?
barefaced and just spitting at this thing.
I'm gonna have you make either an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
Ooh. Let's do athletics. Yeah. That's an 18.
Fantastic. You had to beat a 7 because I rolled atrociously. So basically what it was trying to do was like fling you off, like fling you into the ice wall, basically.
Mhm.
As it flings and brings the shield back, would you like to have stayed on the shield or just like flipped and landed in the snow?
I think he yeets me. He does yeet me towards that wall, and you just hear like he's just and you hear. And
Hell
like
yeah.
he launches me, and I see the wall coming, so I slam the javelins into it. I look, and without blinking, just slowly grind down the wall the entire time.
Fantastic. They don't have much of an expression, but you get this feeling of frustration as this Doom Knight looks over at you as you slid down the wall, and as you turn around, you see like this crack. It cracks its neck, and then it just puts one hand out to you and points, and you see this gloom erupt from its fingertip. I am going to have you make.
See, kids, if you do something cool enough, Carrie will hit you with a disintegration ray.
She hit me with the train, so.
Yeah.
Deadlands, the Crossroads. Get out of the way. I need you to make. Oh, ha! There was no save. Never mind.
Oh, that makes me feel even better.
Yeah.
I need you to make a prayer to your feeble god. So,
So you, as this gloom starts coming out of this Doom Knight's finger, there's a moment where it's all you can see as it's getting closer to you. It doesn't have a smell. You can't feel it. You try to like push it away, but it just comes closer to you, and it immediately like settles on your eyes, and you are blind.
well, damn.
The other Doom Knight is standing with the group, and I feel like Dargoth hasn't had, an attack in a while, but there are 3 of you, so you know what? Sharing is caring.
Save you.
Sharing is caring, and oh no, Dargoth is up in the air.
He is.
Yeah, so I'm going to do one.
Spreading cheer.
Spreading cheer. Hello.
Merry
Spreading
Christmas, everyone.
All who are
Happy
near.
holidays.
So I'm going to do one attack towards Sir Crispin, or
Okay.
one attack towards Sir Crispin.
Mhm.
That is a 17. Can't remember your AC.
17 just misses. I have an 18.
Okay, cool. And that's worse. So the second one will miss as well. The third attack goes towards Noelle. And oh my god. That's a 12.
That's
You
a
can
miss.
see there's something.
That's
you're
a
not sure-
Christmas.
That was the best pun of the night.
It doesn't look like they can physically like get tired in the like exhausted sense, but you see it's almost like whatever this gloom is or this magic is beginning to fade. The magic itself is beginning to wear. And that is their turn. You see the other ones still leaving, like backing away, backing towards where they came from.
So Noelle just at this moment remembered that she can fly. It's just been a lot going on, and she was really nervous. So she is going to fly her little fairy wings up in the sky. And that might provoke an attack of opportunity. So if it does, I will take that.
Nah.
No? Okay. So she's gonna pull out a bottle of eggnog. And she always has tissue paper near. So she's gonna like wrap it up and like stick it in the end of the eggnog, and then use her sacred flame on the tissue paper to make an eggnog Molotov cocktail of sorts. And then just drop it down on, like, trying to really just blow up the gloom, get it out of here.
Eggnog.
And she's
Eggnog.
gonna be like, "'Cause you need a little Christmas right this very minute," and just like bam, 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 bam.
Okay, this is my
Nice.
favorite part of the game where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you to roll.
This is my plan.
I'm just gonna have you.
They could do the deck save for the Sacred Flame.
Yes, I think that is an excellent idea. Oh man. Are you doing like 2 of these for 2 attacks, or?
I don't think I can technically do 2 attacks when it's not a melee.
Gotcha. But
because technically a spell, even though I'm
gonna say if you're dropping this, it's like area of effect, so both of them will have to make a save.
That makes sense. I think that's very fair because of creativity.
Exactly. We reward creativity in this house. That's a 12 for one of them.
Phil.
And a 15 for the other.
15 just makes it.
All right.
And there's no half damage on it. So.
All right. You just see one of them like roll out of the way, almost like closer towards Sir Nutmeg, the one that was already looking in that direction. Roll out of the way, stand up. The other one fully hit with this. What was it called? Eggnogatov. Maritov cocktail.
So normally Sacred Flame would do 2d8, so that's 10 damage. I think maybe there should be some extra because of the alcohol and the spread, but that's up to your discretion.
Roll a d20. Eight, no extra.
Okay.
That was a luck roll. Yeah,
I figured.
So that was 10 damage?
Noelle's all cute and innocent by the books until the Christmas parties when she brings the eggnog that she puts way too much into.
Yeah, it's got like 3 different kinds of liquor in it.
Yep.
All right, you see that one, it's hurting a lot. There's been a lot of like flames recently on this one, and you see it's stumbling backwards once again, but attention is still just on you, even though you're up in the air at this point. All right, Crispin or Dargoth?
I'm still kind of flying around, so if you want.
Okay, I can go then. So Sir Crispin is going to take the brooch and he just pins it back down as he reaches down, grabs his flail, the one that's got, it looks like a giant ornament with spike protrusions on it. He starts to run forward as he swings it. He's going to do an attack against the nearest one, and he's going to say, "This is supposed to be a silent and holy night." And he is going to attack. So he comes over with an overhand swing. Ooh, that's a 19 plus, I think it's plus 6. Get back to my right sheet here. This is why I usually have a paper sheet, because it's easier to find stuff. Yeah, so 19 plus 6 is a 25.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and smite him, Divine Smite, when that hits. So the damage is 1d8 plus 3 for the weapon, which is 7. The Divine Smite is 3d8 because they're undead. So that's going to be a 6. Plus 4 is 10. Plus 1 is 11 points of radiant damage from that. That was my first attack. My second attack, I'm going to carry the momentum, bring it down. I swipe it across my shield. There's a sound as it ripples across and half twirls. I bring it up towards the thing's face. And this attack, probably not going to hit with a 12. So that one does miss, but then I do shove that same one back with that same kind of blast that I did before.
Yeah, so that second attack, he actually like parries it with his sword, but then once open there, your shield hits the chest and shoves him back once again. Perfect. Dargoth, do you have anything you would like to do?
Oh yeah, so he was kind of using the time to survey the battle to see if anybody needed like any kind of help or anything. It doesn't seem like we're near death's door right now, right?
I think everybody's okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to telepathically communicate with my buddy Peppermint to fly down and attack the nearest one. And I'm just doing a normal longsword swipe, back and forth type of a thing.
Fantastic.
So, and if it hits, I'll do Divine Smite. So, number 1, come on. That is a 17. Oh, plus a D4 to the attack, right? Do
I
we
was
still
just gonna
have
say
that?
that D4
Yes,
still
yes.
active. Yep, I'm still
Okay.
concentrating on that.
So I'm gonna give that a shot.
You gotta roll a 3 or 4.
I rolled a 3.
Hey!
Exactly.
So you hit.
I
I'm
only
gonna
have
say,
one.
don't waste your divine smite.
Oh, okay.
And tell me how you would like to kill this Doom Knight.
Well, because I'm killing him, then I'm gonna actually do a flyby attack before I was just gonna engage. But, as I come down, I just cleanly lop its head right off, and then we just soar back into the air. And the peppermint's feet are like running in the air, like how they do when the Santa's pulling the sleigh. So it's just kind of funny. It's like running into the air. So.
Doom Knight got run over by a reindeer.
Amazing.
Murdering us on Christmas Eve.
All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
Wonderful. Everyone roll a d20, please.
I thought it was a 1, but it's a 7.
Ooh, scary.
18.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that 2 last time. I was like, oh.
All right. No effect. Top of the round. Nutmeg, you see the one Doom Knight that's left, basically. One of them has run off, gone, out of sight by now. The one that is left has his attention on you. What would you like to do?
That's the one that almost murdered me one go, right?
Correct, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he is just smile from ear to ear, just staring at this thing. And has he moved?
He, cinematically rolled to dodge something, but he's not really any closer to you, no.
Okay, that's perfect. No, him rolling is fine. So as I, just slide down the wall, I haven't broken eye contact with him once, and so I just let go of the javelins and I sprint towards him. And just for flavor, who is next to? I guess who would be closest to that guy?
I think Crispin just attacked, so probably Crispin.
Good.
Yeah.
Crispin's
Noel and Dargoth are in the air, so
yeah. Okay, so yeah, Crispin's a stout gentleman. So, what I'm gonna do is you see him just start running, and he raises his fist like he's gonna punch it, and so I assume it would start to react. And as soon as he does that, he gets close enough, he's just gonna slide on his knees, power slide right between its legs. And then it's going to get past it, kick up, and flip, kicking off of, ricocheting off of Crispin's shield to grab his greatsword that was by it that he threw in the ground, and then just use that to, that momentum to pull it from the ground, and then land in a spinning motion to hit it, and then swing for 2 hits.
Perfect. Make both those
So,
attacks.
Let's go. That's a hit. And okay, that's a 16, but I want to roll that d4 for bless. Come on, baby.
Get that 4.
Give me that 4. That's a 1. No.
Okay.
So I hit the first time, and I think from the damage of the first hit, it pushes it out of the way. So when I spin back around, I misjudge and miss it. But with that first hit, I'm going to blow my second level spell slot. Excuse me. Because we can do that divine smite only once, right?
Once per turn, I believe.
Oh, is it just once per turn?
Actually, I was just saying we can actually burn it each attack. It just uses up our spell slots.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop their divine smite into it again, and I'm gonna burn that second level spell slot on it. So
Awesome.
that means we are going to do. Let's attack damage, which is going to be 10 plus. Scroll down here. All right, so 10 plus. There we go. Branding smite. Let me double check. Okay, no. Okay, so yeah, it's just going to be this damage. So 10 and 8, that's 18. 8 of that is radiant damage. I don't know if that does any extra. So,
All right.
18. And like I said, he hit that first time and like cleaved up and then spun around to bring it again. But that first hit made it stumble back. So he swung and missed. And he's just staring at it, like you can see the bloodshot bloodlust in his eyes as he's ready to smite the shit out of somebody for Christmas.
Yeah, and as it's like stumbling backwards, you see that hit really took a number. Like there are chunks of bone like busted out of this creature at this point. Not to the point where it's gonna like stumble down to its knees or anything, but it definitely hurt, and you can see that sense of not pain, but that sense of damage across its chest.
He's gonna like flick his great sword to get that black ichor off, and he's like, "You should have killed me when you had the chance. Now it's too late."
Amazing. It's Doom Knight's turn. So.
And I get critted in that. He does 87 points of damage to you.
Let's see here.
Should have killed me when you had the chance. Good idea.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're right. Why didn't I do that?
Perfect. Thanks for the suggestion, pal.
All right, this Doom Knight looking around, seeing two have taken to the skies, seeing the two below, seeing he is the only one left. You see him drop his shield and sword. They slump into the snow, and you see him bring his palms together and begin rubbing them together. And then as he's doing so, he's pulling his palms away, and you see this ball of sickly green flame kind of turning and spinning in between his palms. And as he's pulling it away, it's growing. The flames they're green, and then they're red, and then they're blue, and then they're just changing colors. Like, it almost looks like Christmas lights, glowing. But every time they fade, there's this sickly black that they're snuffed out to, and then it's growing and growing. You see smoke coming from it, and then in one motion brings it back, almost like spiking a dodgeball, slams it down into the snow below you. I need everyone on the ground, which are Sir Crispin and Sir Nutmeg, to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Gotta check something with my shield real quick.
That's a 15. Oh, God.
Okay. Dexterity save, you said?
Yes.
17 plus -1, 16.
And you melt. You are muted. Oh, okay. Oh, you have to count the hundreds of damage that we take.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes. I think these guys just fireballed us.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
He's like, let me calculate how many square miles are just engulfed in necromantic flame.
All right, so the DC was 18.
Damn.
Ooh, okay. Oh, you have bless on you. You can do.
Hooray.
You can do
Oh,
save.
that's right. Technically, we both can, but is that just attacks?
I'm not blessed. It's just the three of you are blessed.
Oh, is it just attacks we use bless on, or
It's
And
attack rolls and
saves.
saves. Yeah.
oh? So let me roll that beautiful bean footage. Wait, no, hold on. And so what did I say before? Is whatever it was a +3? Oh, because you rolled a 16, right?
I got a
So I was
16.
one-
You're 17
yes.
minus 1.
So I had a 15, so that puts me at 18.
Okay. So
Oh, bless
you will
you,
succeed.
You
You will take
beautiful
half
paladin.
damage, unfortunately, still. But half damage is better than full damage.
Yes.
And
As
so that
Crispin dies in front of
leaves-
me.
That means Nutmeg is going to take 16 points of damage.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 60.
For half, holy shit.
Yeah.
And Sir Crispin is going to take 36. Is that right? No.
32 would be double 16.
Yes, 32. I didn't write that one down. I just
Okay.
remembered the half. Yeah, 32
problem.
points of fire damage. As this explodes out, you see it melting the snow in this area around you. The two in the air, you're actually like blasted away a little bit from the force itself. You don't take any damage, but you're kind of like blasted off course for a moment. You can see that heat too is the ice walls. They're not melting by any means, but they are like damp now. They are beginning to melt. And that was the Doom Knight's turn.
Nasty.
So
Nasty.
it's just that one still. The other ones are running away, right?
Yeah, the one ran away. You've killed two of them. It's just this one here.
Okay. So Noelle is like very curious now about where these things came from and what the heck it just did. So I'm actually, and like what's causing this. So I would like to cast Detect Thoughts, which will tell me the surface level thoughts of the creature as well as anyone within 30 feet radius that even if I can't see them.
Okay. And surface thoughts, that just happens, right? I only have to make a save if you're trying to.
Well,
I think I have to make a save if you're trying to like probe deeper.
Yeah, I think its surface thoughts are automatic, and if you
Mhm.
want to get deeper, that's when they start like resisting.
Okay, it says it's a wisdom save of 15, which is my DC, but I don't know if it's
Yeah, I think I'll just give you the surface thoughts.
okay.
So
And
if
they
someone
fail,
if someone else wants to start their turn, I'm going to message some surface thoughts to Noelle.
So is it us as well, or just the like? Because it said just everyone
technically
in
it
a
would
30.
probably mingle in.
Okay,
Yeah.
then screw what I just said. I want to hear what everybody's surface thought is
Oh, yes.
currently.
But I
I am
know
here
you
for
guys
it.
Just brief
Yeah.
surface thought. What is Noelle getting?
love it.
Just going around the horn. All right. So as the fire is exploding, there's flames licking all over Sir Crispin's shield, and he looks up over the shield as he lowers it. He looks to Sir Nutmeg, and all you hear in his mind is, "I wonder if a fastball special would work right now."
Nice. So then you see that, and you look over at Nutmeg, and you see Nutmeg go, "Damn, you got fucked up. Let me think of a good oh my god, what's a good line that I can use? Something badass. Somebody kill this thing." And that's all you.
As I'm flying around, I'm thinking, I must look really cool right now.
We're all so humble. I love it. All right. So as Noelle is getting these surface thoughts, what's everyone else doing?
Sir Crispin will say, "Fuck it," and he runs forward. He grabs on the back of Sir Nutmeg, and like a track star about to throw the shot put, he spins once, twice, and he says, "Don't miss." And as he's about to let go, he casts Protection from Evil and Good on Sir Nutmeg, which makes that all undead are going to have disadvantage on all their attacks against you.
So
And you can't be charmed or
originally-
possessed by them or frightened by them. And I'm gonna
Originally,
throw
when you grab me, do you say anything?
to you,
Yes.
I say,
When
"Don't
you first
miss."
grab me.
Yeah, I said, "Don't miss."
Okay. Because if you just grab me, I'm in murder mode, so I
Yeah.
would have swung at you. But okay, if you said something, I'd be like,
Yeah, and then I just chuck him towards that guy who just dropped a fireball on us.
Fantastic. I think. What do you want to roll for that? Like in athletics?
Sure, yeah, I can roll that. Athletics, strength, yeah, something like that. Abilities.
To be fair, the heaviest thing that he's throwing is my sword by far.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Athletics. Yeah, I'll do athletics because nice +6 in that. 22.
All right, so whatever Nutmeg does on his next turn, I'm gonna give him advantage.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, hi Luna. Perfect. Dargoth, anything for you?
I yell, "Don't I look cool? And does anybody need any healing?" You do? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll fly down and do the old lay on hands. So I just grab a hold of you and I'm like, "Get better soon!" And I'll give you like, I don't know, 10 points? That
Sure.
seem? So,
That'd be fine.
would you like that?
How's 10
Got it.
points sound? We're gonna like barter for it.
That's fine, yeah, that puts
What are
me
you
in
gonna give
half.
me for 10?
Oh,
A sugar cookie.
I will give you that special fruit cake that St. Nicholas gave to me as a job well done for being Employee of the Month last month.
Hell yes.
Done. Okay. Noelle, did you have anything else after receiving these surface thoughts that you wanted to do or say? You're muted.
Cookies. So I've forgotten to roll the hit points that everybody gets too. So
Oh, yeah.
there's also 2 rounds of that. So let me just do those.
Will gladly accept.
So everyone gets 7 hit points more.
Nice.
And so that spell is an action. So I can't do anything else there.
Do you say anything?
Oh, yes, I do. So I'm just going to yell down to my friends. Oh no. Oh no. Sir Crispin, it's worse than we ever could have imagined. It's Krampus. It's Krampus. He's really sending these people and they're spreading the doom. We have to stop him.
Fantastic. And on that note, everyone roll a d20.
Natural 20, baby.
Woo! Everyone is healed to full.
4. We're good.
Okay, all right. Damn, like a part of me wants you to roll a 1, but
I
like
know, I
also
kinda wanna see
no.
it too, yeah.
Haven't you done enough to us?
I know. I was tempted to fudge that and just say it was a 1, but then
Oh darn, natural.
I almost did too, but it was a
Yeah.
nat 20. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swear you hear the sound of sleigh bells ringing in your ears, though, not even in your surroundings. And all of you feel that inspiration yet again, and where this doom has like soaked into part of the snow and sludged parts, you see that shrink just a little bit as you are all here healed to full, and you feel the cheer burning inside of your chest, a good burning. And we're back up to the top. Sir Nutmeg, you're up.
Okay, so he gets just snatched up and yeeted at full force. And I think like at first when he gets picked up, he's still in like that almost berserk rage, like that barbarian rage almost. And he just like looks over, sees him, realizes what's going on, and as he's yeeted, will just hold his blade out and starts like try and spin. So to just corkscrew right into this Death Knight.
Fantastic. I'm going to give you advantage on both attacks.
Yes. So as he's spinning, he's like, "Ah, Krampus, give him a message from his old friend," and he's gonna spin directly into its chest. Let's do that. Whoop. And whoop. Ooh, so that first one, let me roll that D4. Is that still going, the bless?
Actually, it ended because I just cast Protection from Good and Evil.
So that first one misses. So I spin and just land against probably the shield. And then after that, like I hit, I bounce off. Oh, I think what happens is I hit and it like blocks it. And then, well, let me roll to see if I hit with this second one.
Yeah, I think to add flavor to that, also he had dropped his sword and shield, but as he sees you coming, he actually rolls to kind of grab onto the shield, and so as you're coming, then brings that shield back up, slam into that.
Oh, yeah, that's okay, perfect. So I rolled with advantage, rolled a 24.
Fantastic.
So what happens is, yeah, that spinning corkscrew comes and hits the shield, and as that happens, like first hits the sword, and then here comes Nutmeg behind it, and Nutmeg kind of had the sword out like that. So once it hits, he's going to just like kind of just like tuck his body in. So as his body's still going, once his body collides with the sword, his feet are on the handles, and he just uses that momentum to push through the shield and embed this creature. As he does that, he lands, pushes the sword in to impale, and then flips back and lands kind of like in that Wolverine pose where he's just like, ah. And
hell yeah.
Well, you did just get fastball special, so
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I will definitely dump a smite into that. Actually, one thing, because this all happened and he is not getting away. So as this happens, you see the blade like impale. It breaks through the shield, impales into the knight, and then you see you kind of see a spectral oh my god, yeah, you see a spectral mistletoe appear, and then like vines, kind of that like those mistletoe vines come out from his blade and just start wrapping all around it and just ensnare the Death Knight.
Give me that damage.
Oh yeah, I'm doing all this, all this picture painting, and I ain't did a single bit of damage. Let me. All right,
but it looks great.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
So max damage with that, so that's 16. Max damage for that. So that is 24 damage.
Nice.
All right, so Sir Nutmeg Krampus Bane, how would you like to kill his Death Knight?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean Doom Knight.
So as that happens and he lands, he notices the thing is like starting to fade away, and he walks over, pulls his blade free from it, and goes, "Hark, the bells of your demise and Krampus's are here," and just whoosh beheads it.
And as that head slumps down into what's left of the melting snow here, the battlefield falls quiet. We have Noel and Dargoth still kind of like circling around in the air. and you just hear this light trickle of the water as the ice wall is slowly beginning to melt.
And
Sir Crispin, he must be near. This can't be at the end of it. Krampus must be here. He'll ruin everything.
the sworn enemy of the North Pole. We must defeat him at all costs.
Oh, yes.
Sir Crispin's gonna look at Sir Nutmeg, and he'll say, "It would seem our old foe is back."
Oh, yeah. And I've got a score to settle with him.
Dargoth, do you see anything out of the ordinary up there? I'll call up to him. Still in the back of Peppermint as he's doing his final passes, I would assume, before he comes back down.
Do I see anything?
Go ahead and make a perception check, and then
Oh, Lord.
Crispin and Nutmeg make a. I'll let you do. Let's do a history check.
Okay, so Dargoth is like, scanning the horizon. He says, "I see nothing. It appears to be all clear." I got a 4 on my roll, so
Looks great,
Very
guys.
Good.
That history check for me, for Sir Crispin, was a 10.
It's gonna be a 22 for me.
Okay, that's kind of fitting, hence your name here. Sir Nutmeg, you know there's no way to know whether Krampus is near or not. But the way to not summon is the wrong word, but the way to allow him near you is to extinguish all cheer. That being said, that's why you work so hard to keep this place full of cheer, to keep this a place Krampus can't come to. But on the other side of that, if you wanted to get rid of him for good, you know what you would have to do.
So I think oh man, all right. So at hearing the thing about Krampus and then taking out this Death Knight, he's gonna look over at Crispin and give him that look like, you know what we have to do. And I think I'm going to I think I'm just gonna take off all of my armor, and I'm going to put on, I'm gonna dig in my backpack because I have a little bag that I keep with me, and I'm gonna dig in there and I'm gonna pull out this black knight's uniform. It's doesn't give any kind of armor, but it has a lot of meaning for both Crispin and Nutmeg. And he's gonna put it on, look at Crispin, and then look at the other two, and start walking out of town.
What is everyone else doing?
Wait, what are you doing? You can't just. Where are you going? We have to stay together. Those colors are regulation.
I'm into this once and for all.
Sir
How?
Crispin steps forward. "We will go with you. You need not travel alone to do this quest. I know what will be called upon us, and I am willing to pay that price as well."
We have to stay together.
just let me have a little nap first.
Yes, that
Oh,
did take a
come on,
punch out of all of us.
Dargoth. We don't have time for naps.
I love how I'm walking off all brooding, and then Crispin's like, "We must follow. We won't leave you alone." And Noel's floating afterwards after us, and then you got Dargoth just splayed out on top of the reindeer, just like
He's been he's
let me
been
just-
riding a reindeer this whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Of all of us, he's the least tired.
He's like, I
objectively.
just need a nap. What did you
Got some
what?
smudges on my scales. I need to polish them up a little.
All right, so with all of this, does Nutmeg tell the others what needs to be done, or is Nutmeg set on going off by himself to do this?
I don't. It's not at a point where I abandon the group and I'm like, stay away. I think I start walking, and once Crispin's like, we won't let you do this on your own. I'm not. I will probably like ever so slightly slow down. But I'm still marching on a mission. I know they're coming with me, and I'm not doing anything to stop them. But I think I'm just focused on the task at hand, and I know Crispin knows as well what is required to defeat Krampus once and for all. So I'll leave that up to him to explain to everyone else. But I'm just on a mission.
Leading the charge.
Yeah, it's not like that can go wrong.
So Sir Crispin will let him walk ahead a little bit, kind of give him his space, and he just watches him walk for a moment. He has dark thoughts about the past when he knows that Sir Nutmeg has the history with Krampus that he does, and the knowledge and the little bit of encounter that Sir Crispin has had too. He just looks at those dark thoughts, but he doesn't let the dark thoughts linger, because that's dangerous right now, because that could let Krampus come closer. And he'll turn back to his other two companions and he'll say, you have to take off all 13 pieces of your flare.
No,
That's...
no.
The cost is too great.
Yeah.
I think in
Sir
the
Crispin,
studies
you
that
know
I...
very well that 13 is the minimum. The minimum.
It's true. And
I'm
Sir
far
Crispin will
more
actually
than 13.
unbutton his coat, he opens it up, and the entire inside is lined, hundreds of pieces of flare. And he says, we may not be able to stop him from doing what he's going to do, but we can bring him back after the deed is done.
We need to, if we're going to invoke him, we need to follow, I think it's Sir Nutmeg's footsteps. We need to not do it here. We need to save the people of the town.
Yes.
We need to go out. We'll relinquish our tier there. We'll get it back, and then we'll bring it back here.
Yes. I agree. So let us dress in dark night garments. Let us make sure that we are able to
We
draw
have
forth.
to.
And he'll actually put a reassuring hand on your shoulder. And this is very not Sir Crispin. He is very emotionally stayed, very controlled. And in this moment, he looks at you, and the two of you have a moment, and he says, Noelle, I have known you since you first joined the Paladins, and I have been honored to serve beside you. But in this moment, know that this may be our greatest test that we will have to face. And together, we will get through this.
Just tell me I don't have to wear beige.
You and I both know that beige is always out of season here.
That's true.
He'll actually pull her into a hug.
And I'd like to say that like this whole time, Nutmeg has been like, you guys keep talking about the flare, and he's always just like, I refuse to wear flare. It's stupid. It doesn't do anything for our job. We're here to like enforce, like to stop, any wrongdoings and promote cheer that way. So I don't need stupid ass flare. And so he's always fought you guys tooth and nail. But when you look at his armor that's dropped on the ground after he walks off, you see the entire inside of the chest, like all of it is just lined with flare.
Dargoth has a tear come down from like the other eye.
All right, we got one tear from both. That's it. Game over. We're good.
That's it.
We've saved Christmas.
I knew it all along.
And Sir Crispin will pull away from Noelle. He'll look back to his friend Sir Nutmeg, and he will actually, he's already got his coat unbuttoned because he was showing the flare. He'll actually remove it and drop it. And so he basically has like a tight-fitting tank top that's black. It just has a symbol in the center that looks like mistletoe, but it's like a silver. It kind of is like a parody of those really badass Punisher t-shirts that the people wear where it's got the white skull. It's like that, but the skull looks like it has a beard like Saint Nicholas. And
Amazing.
and he'll leave his coat on the ground next to Sir Nutmeg's armor.
All right. As you are following Sir Nutmeg, basically like out of town, you're following the direction that these ice walls are. They're kind of bottlenecked up to a spot, and then it opens up for you to leave further. You see townsfolk gathered here as you are kind of exiting. The Doom Knights are defeated. Everyone's standing in a cold, snowy, muddy, bloody area, kind of looking around. The townsfolk are here. As you come out, you can kind of see that these townsfolk are on the fence between gloom and cheer. So what do you say to them before you leave town?
Buck up.
Buck up, Buttercup.
Buck up, Buttercup.
Good people of the North Pole, hear my words. Know this. The dark times of the cold are upon us. But know that if you stay here safe and warm at the North Pole, let your spirits be lifted. Saint Nicholas has given me direct authority to tell you all, you are all on the nice list still. You all will receive double presents this year.
But Sir Crispin, I don't know if that's regulation. I don't know if we have enough. I don't know if we have enough presents to give everybody.
Desperate
double
times. Desperate measures.
And then under his breath, Sir Crispin will say to Noel, I know it's against regulations 21.6.4B-C,
Just the one.
but some rules are just made to be broken. And he'll turn and just stride off to catch up with Sir Nutmeg.
Does anyone else say anything?
Yeah. Noel will just say, listen, I know you all know my horn that I blow when any of you are not showing the proper amount of cheer, and I know it's not your favorite. But this time, when you hear the horn blare, that is the time for you to resume your chair in full force, and I want you to sing about it. And doesn't matter what song, just sing as loud as you can. As soon as you hear the horn, that means we've defeated Krampus and we need cheer to come back. Because we likely will be very close to depleted.
I would like for, unless anyone else wants to say anything, Sir Crispin and Noel to make a persuasion roll for me.
Okay. $23.
17.
Okay. You see they seem to be taking this to heart. You see even some of them stand up a little bit straighter. Some of them kind of nudge the other and crack a little tiny little bit of a grin. You're leaving and you feel like you're leaving them in better spirits than they were just a few minutes ago. And the four of you leave town. We watch you disappear in the distance. We watch basically like a time lapse of these ice walls melting down. The streets are flooded at this point. And eventually the scene goes dark. And I would like for the four of you to tell me, where do you face Krampus?
In his evil cramp lair.
His evil cramp lair.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like-
Meanwhile, at the Krampus Doom.
Mode cramp.
It's like the beigiest, like place I've ever seen in my life.
It's a cave, but the walls are painted beige.
Oh, it's
Um,
beige.
I assume you'd have a lot of burlap sacks everywhere to keep the children-y.
There is no soft texture
No.
anywhere. It's not like there's no feng shui. It's the most
It's
depressing environment with the weirdest corners. Every single place you turn, your freaking shin runs into the corner of a table because everything is corners.
Stub your toes. Yeah, it's bad scene. It's bad scene.
the floor is
Krampus's
covered
lair.
in Legos.
Krampus's lair where everything is corners.
It's corners.
I think too, when we get a little bit outside of the way of the North Pole, when Sir Crispin catches up with Sir Nutmeg, the two of them knowing where to go, we lead the other two to a secret passage through the forest that actually they assume we're leading them into a cave system of some sort in the mountains nearby. But actually what happens is we go down a small ravine off to the side, and at the base of it is this ancient gateway. It looks like an archway made out of stone and brick, gingerbread bricks, you would notice. And when we approach it, it opens, and when we go through, we actually find ourselves in a different cold wasteland where this single cave is, this dark and cold space known as the South Pole.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Yeah, this cave, Krampus's lair is where all hotel blankets originate from. So that explains, to give the listeners a good idea of
So
how rough
scratchy.
and terrible this cloth is.
Everything is scratchy in corners and Legos.
Yes.
This place sucks. And you find it incredibly hard to keep your cheer when you're here, which makes Krampus show up all the faster, all the quicker, all the faster, all the
All the more quickly? I don't even
All
know.
the quick faster. It's okay.
yeah, that. We don't see Krampus, like us as the viewers. The camera doesn't see Krampus come out, but the four of you are in this stuffy lair, and we just see a shadow kind of spread onto the wall as Krampus appears and makes himself known to you. There's a moment where all of the cheer just sinks out of your face as you're looking up at him, and you know what sort of battle stands before you. And then we cut to the North Pole. We see the ice that had melted and kind of flooded that center courtyard has frozen once again. We see people ice skating. We see people bringing out baked goods and cookies and milk and eggnog, and we see the cheer has returned to the North Pole. We see chimneys lit, smoke coming out of them, homes are glowing with warmth and smiles. There is cheer here. There's not an inch of gloom anymore. And then we cut back. Sir Crispin, tell me how the fight's going right now.
Oh boy. When we cut back to the fight, actually, we have Sir Crispin, because he doffed off of his coat. His shirt that he had underneath is slashed and cut. He's got a big scar on the cheek. His eye might not be usable again. His hair is matted down. His shield has got several dings in it, and it's got a weird black ichor that's splattered across the side of it. And he barely stands. He takes a deep breath, and he looks off to the side where his companions are fighting. He stepped by a minute because he tightens the shield tight on his arm, and it holds a big gouge that he has in his arm closed as he seals it up. He takes a deep breath, and he charges back in with the last bits of his magical energy pulsating across the top of the flail as he swings it, gets ready for a strike. He passes by Noelle, who is doing something.
And as the camera sees Noelle, what is the expression on Noelle's face currently?
Are we seeing Krampus?
The four of you are currently fighting him. The audience still hasn't seen Krampus, but
so Noelle is trying to like be scary, but is also scared. So it's kind of like
we see this face.
It alternates.
We see this face, and then as the camera is like basically spinning around to then see the back of Noelle's head, we see Krampus standing before our four heroes here. Very tall and like almost Slenderman like. Stands kind of hunched over in this cave, and you see the two arms. The arms themselves are actually kind of short, but you see the claws are like razors, and they just stretch out far. Oh, and like the teeth also stretch out far. You see what used to be like a Santa hat, but is like moth-eaten and has turned. There's mold just covering every bit of it, and the ball is kind of just dangling off, and you swear it looks like an eyeball, but you're not sure. And you see the clothes are also like moth-eaten and moldy as well, and there's this terrible, terrible smell in here. And instead of the sounds of like sleigh bells and cheer, you hear these bassy tones every time something happens. You hear these just very muted, almost as if you were ringing a bell, but felt was covering every inch of it. Just muted sounds from everything that's happening in here. And Krampus kind of like stands up to the fullest that he can and just screams this terrible, awful yell. And then we cut back to the Knorth Pole, and we see there's just light music playing. We see people laughing and ice skating together, like holding hands and spinning. We hear the sound of the blades hitting into the ice. We see reindeer kind of gathered around. Children are like feeding them apples. And you kind of hear people kind of trying to get people to gather around. She said we should sing a song. Let's sing a song. And they're bringing everybody together. And then we cut back to the fight. And Dargoth, how's the fight going?
Dargoth probably, he's got some sort of injury, and he's trying to like hold his hand over it because it looks ugly and he doesn't want people to see it. and he's like laying hands on somebody who needs help, like just like high-fiving or something, and then but he's mounted on Peppermint, and Peppermint's like doing a double back kick, kind of like a thing. So there's like all this like healing and kicking.
I think it's one of those like circle shots.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
yeah. We start with you reaching down and like high-fiving Sir Nutmeg. Lay on hands, and as we're spinning around, we see Peppermint spin, and then the legs come up and just kick and slam into Krampus. Krampus is blasted backwards, slamming into all the corners, and then eventually stands back up and looks directly at everybody, breathes in, and then we cut back to the Knorth Pole. And we see like the oven dings as more cookies are done, and they're bringing out. They have chocolate chip, they have sugar cookies, they have oatmeal raisin. So many oatmeal raisin cookies, more oatmeal raisin cookies than anyone could consume. And you see the elves that were so sad previously, smiling from ear to ear, just baking all of these cookies. And then we cut back to the fight. And Sir Nutmeg, how's the fight going?
So in that last one, you saw him get like high-fived in the back and healed, and you saw Krampus kind of like just take a deep breath to do something, and like right before it cuts, you start to see Nutmeg coming into frame, and so you probably see everyone else kind of like battered and beaten and like trying to catch their breath, and you just hear clinging, just ting 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 ting, and it like looks at everyone and pans over, and you see shadows. It's kind of like in those big anime fights where you'll hear clanging of metal, and that'll cause like a flash, and you'll see both of them, you'll see this tiny little figure, and you'll see Krampus sitting there going at just different angles, and then the camera pans over, and you see Nutmeg, and he's just cut up to hell. He looks like why the hell is he still even moving? Why is he still fighting? But he has just got like almost, his eyes are almost rolled in the back of his head from the rage. And you see that his sword, what he didn't, there's a secret feature to his great sword, is it like he can just split it in half, and it counts as 2 long swords. And so you see like he's done that, and he's just 100% just moving like Yoda in that fight scene against Dooku, where he's just like launching off of stuff and just flipping around and just blades of fury. He's just a ball of rage and Christmas justice right now, as he's fighting Krampus, and Krampus is swiping, and there's just, it's just clashing left and right, and they're just fighting all over the place, and everybody's like resting, and then they'll get up and they'll run back in, and they'll go until they like get injured or until they get winded, until they have to like sit back down for a minute. But this entire time Nutmeg has not stopped, and you see just like it's just muscle memory at this point.
Yeah, I think the scene transitions as Krampus basically like finally manages to like get a hold of you and shove you, and you slam into like some empty like gift boxes. Like they're all empty boxes, but they look like gifts. The wrapping paper is just all moldy and everything beige as well. You slam into beige and moldy. You slam into those, so they kind of like catch your fall, but you lay there for a moment like ugh. And then the camera pans back over and sees Noelle's face exactly the same as it was before, just looking around from everything that is happening, preparing to do something. And then we cut back to the North Pole, where it's quiet. There's, soft music. Some people are glancing out as a song is kind of starting. They're trying to decide what song they're singing. And they glance out towards the direction that you all left from. And someone just says, "Do you think they'll be okay?" And then another person says, "Oh, I'm certain they're fine." And then we cut back, and Noelle, what do we see?
So Noelle's getting pretty darn frustrated, and she sees these huge, this big pile of like wet cardboard beiginess, and she's just very, very angry. And she wants to do this, the toughest thing that she could do to get rid of Krampus right now. And she's looking around at her, at everybody else, and wondering like, when is it going to be time to land the killing blow on the sky? And she looks at everybody and she's waiting. Is it time yet? So really what's going to happen is that you all would know that Noelle has telepathy. So she's going to tell you all in your heads, everybody, it's time. I could tell that he is so weak, and all we need to do is do our finishing move. You all know what that is, and you're gonna do it now.
So when she says that, Sir Crispin is right underneath Krampus. Krampus is just beating and beating and beating on him, and Sir Crispin is just pushed all the way down to one knee. He's almost pushed down into the ground itself, that beige, gross, sandy snow beneath him. And Krampus is starting to just know that, these fools have lost all hope. They're done for. And in that moment, as he's beating on Sir Crispin, he finally goes, "Okay, good. This was getting hard to hold up for this long." And then he stands upright because he's been they all have been faking how injured they are to get Krampus into a false sense of security. And so as he rises, he knocks Krampus's arm away with the shield, and he throws the shield up. It leaves his arm. He throws it almost like a disc, and that giant holly leaf spins and spirals through the air, and it lines up directly in the center of Krampus's chest. And he turns away because he knows that the next part of this final killing blow takes everybody, and he's done his part, so he turns out of the way.
So I'll say that Peppermint, like, because I can telepathically communicate with Peppermint, so like I pass the message on, like it's go time, and Peppermint rams Krampus with the antlers to kind of pin him a little bit, and then while he's like struggling to move, that's when I get real close, and then I just breathe right in his face.
I was like, "Who's next?" And then, I'm sorry, I was getting into it. So that happens. He's knocked back. The shield is in him. He's pinned with the horns, and I think he's like going to like reach forward, and then you just see a sword fly through the air and just doom, pin one arm down, and then the other side he launches and it pins the other one. And I think he's going to I think what happens then is he's gonna like flip behind Krampus and kind of like just whip out some tinsel and like hold his head back like that so he can't move, and just wait for Noelle to deal the final blow.
I think
so this is
before Noelle's final blow, you all hear, not said out loud, but in your minds, you hear this strange voice say, "I've made a list. I've checked it twice. You're the ones that will die this night." What's your move, Noelle?
Don't you know, naughty will never triumph over nice. And then, so she takes her sacred flame, and she starts the ricochet off a holly leaf from Sir Crispin, and it bounces over to the antlers of Peppermint, and it joins in with the breath from the flame from Dargoth, and then this beautiful reflective tinsel that Sir Nutmeg has added. It all comes together, and just before Krampus goes down on this burning wreck, Noelle says, "Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, la la la, die."
And then we see just flames, only flames. And Noelle's singing kind of echoes. The screen goes dark. What do you all look like as you come back into the Knorth Pole? As you see everyone celebrating, you're going to be welcomed with open arms. As you get closer, you swear you hear them singing, "Oh, Holy Night." And with whatever description comes, feel free to tell me how this story ends. If you want to do how your specific story ends, or if it's all together, go for it.
So I think that Noelle, after like this amazing crushing defeat, probably is in the front with her little horn and is like, and suddenly, as if from nowhere, she's got all her regalia back on. Her wings are bright and colorful. There's no beige to be seen. She's just completely covered in glitter. It's like a glitter bomb. And she's glowing as she kind of like flies and flutters in and leads this charge of her fellows.
I think there was a flashback to Krampus's cave, and after the blow and all the dust begins to settle, we all look to one another, and Noelle and Crispin give each other a high five, and Crispin walks over towards Krampus. He reaches into his trousers and he pulls out something. It looks like it's a small little gift box, and he unwraps it, and he pulls out a big baseball-sized lump of coal. And he says, "Merry Christmas, bitch," and tosses it on Krampus's dead body. And then we cut back to the town, and Noelle is flying next to his shoulder. He's walking next to Sir Nutmeg, and right behind him is Peppermint with Dargoth astride, and we're walking back. I would think that Sir Crispin is hurt. The wound he took on his arm, he's going to carry it for the last of his days. I think his shield was destroyed in that final blow. And as he's returning back to town, however, he reaches down, he pulls back up his coat, and he slings it back on, stops for a second, polishes up one of his pieces of flair, and then he starts to button it back up, and he walks back into town.
I think with the opportunity when the horn's blowing and everything, because returning Dargoth would have put himself together, but he wouldn't be like as joyful until like the horn blows and he sees everyone, and then him and Peppermint take off, and he's throwing small gifts of ornaments on the town, like here you go, and he's kind of flying around, and they're like ornaments with his face and Peppermint's face on them.
Everybody gets 2 because Santa did promise double presents.
And they've got the little year on it, it's
Yeah,
like your little
yeah.
handprint.
Mm-hmm.
You made it in school.
I mean, it's exciting. People are excited to catch them as they're being thrown down. Everybody's very happy. There's lots of cheer here.
So I think we do another flashback, and as everybody starts walking out of the cave, you see he's Nutmeg is putting his sword back together into the great sword form, and like sheathing it, and just kind of like getting up. He's bruised and bloodied and beaten, and then as everybody starts to leave, he like stops, turns around, and like you see him pull out the tinsel, and then it cuts back to everybody back in the town. And you see him walk up, and as Crispin's putting his stuff back on, he like scoops up all of his armor and starts putting it back on, and looks at everybody, and he's like, "Not a fucking word, not a single one." And then he just sits there, and then like he walks off, and then comes back 2 minutes later, and goes, "I guess before I forget this, I pulled you, Noelle," and he like hands a present for the Secret Santa, and it's completely beige. Just straight beige box, beige like ribbons. It's done up like beautifully, but all beige. And he hands it to her.
Well, this is
Kill Bill sirens.
This is a very unexpected startup. And you know how I feel about beige, but section
I know, that's why I wrapped it like
472A6QZ of the appreciation code requires me to be thankful for any kind of gift that I get. So I will just say this is a very kind of you. And then she opens it up.
Your suffering is thanks enough. And when you open it up, you are almost blinded, because inside there is a special like gem that all throughout the year continuously shifts colors, and so it's just always vibrant, and always colorful and just like beautiful and ridiculously just like out
Oh,
there.
Sir Dumbag.
Spirited.
This is the
one
most
might say.
beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, the most beautiful kind of bait and switch I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much.
And he's just
This-
gonna like nod and then just walk off. And
Yeah,
as he's
you-
walking off, he smiles a little bit.
You hear someone yell, "Sir Nutmeg!" And they hold up a tray of oatmeal raisin cookies.
Oh, he's
And
gonna.
then we
They're still
realize that
steaming. Yeah.
we realize that this gem is also why Noelle is so glowing and sparkly as she leads the charge back into. So it's like all kind of coming back around to that
is there-
initial vignette.
Is there anyone between him and this plate of cookies?
No.
Okay, because he charges, and if anyone's in the way, God have mercy upon their soul. And he just like runs over and just like kind of like flips and grabs the tray. Like he just scoops as many as he can and then just runs off like Smeagol and just starts going to town on the cookies.
He gets all kinds of disrespectful on those things.
Oh yeah.
And with that first bite into the oatmeal raisin cookie, that is where our all paladins Christmas special, Paladins of Santa, whatever you want to call it, comes to an end.
Oh
that
my
was so
God.
good.
We did it.
Oh my goodness. If you would have rolled a natural 1 at any point in
yeah.
time,
Yeah, I want to know.
Krampus would have just appeared, and you would have been fighting Krampus
Oh god,
and
yeah,
the
And
definitely.
everyone
Oh
else.
my god.
That would have been hardcore.
That
Oh,
round, and I was
shit!
like- but it worked.
Nutmeg was blind.
Oh, shit.
The magic of Christmas.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I rubbed
It's
some
a holiday
crushed peppermint
miracle.
in my eyes and it helped me see again.
Yeah.
I totally forgot until literally right now.
You know
Yeah,
what?
it-
He could smell the cookies,
That's
Yeah.
and so he
Mm.
That's what
didn't
it was.
need to see. I glued this piece of hair to the middle of the
Wow.
It's dedication to
cool.
the craft right
That's
there.
amazing.
because I was like
Excellent.
looking at myself, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if this hair stayed there? And I was like, but wait.
It can, but it can stay there.
Definitely.